violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comment section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Quavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
A 3-month-old puppy and a man
She called.
interested in buying her were both shot in Philadelphia. This is Ruby. She, along with the man who was attempting to buy her, were hit by gunfire. It happened in South Philadelphia near the corner of Oakdale and Warnock Streets. Police say the man was struck several times in his legs. He made it to the hospital in a private car. He's in stable condition. Meanwhile, Ruby was critically injured.
Dang, so you can't even sell or buy a puppy. The super gremlins in Philly are shooting puppies now.
The dog obviously was shot in the neck. The dog was not moving, bleeding heavily. So police officers picked up the dog and a 2-person vehicle took the dog to the hospital. What about the owner?
No one has been arrested in the case, and it's unclear if the shooting was targeted or the result of a stray bullet. Noah's Ark Rescue Project and Sanctuary tells us Ruby is at Penn's Veterinary Hospital and will need several surgeries.
There is new information tonight on a deadly stabbing. Philadelphia police have arrested a man for the brutal attack of a 50-year-old woman that happened last week in Hunting Park. According to investigators, Jerry Elkins stabbed his aunt to death.
Stabbed his aunt to death. And we've done stories on super gremlins stabbing their grandmother, super gremlins shooting their grandmothers. We did a story on Thanksgiving where a super gremlin stabbed his own mother to death. And this super gremlin decided to stab his auntie. Okay. We got some issues, man. Domestic, familial issues in the community. And, you know, a lot of people like to present these situations as, oh, that's some glider stuff. They the ones who be killing their mamas. And look, I'm not going to say that doesn't happen, because it absolutely does happen. But at the rate at which we do it, like, I think we're taking the cake on that. No cap.
Thursday, inside of her own home on the 3900 block of North 5th Street. Elkins is also the suspect in a separate stabbing that happened the following day.
This dude must have spent a lot of time in prison, because it sounds like he got his shank game up. You know what I mean?
Police have not yet released any details about a motive.
This just in, a group of men shot a 31-year-old in South Philadelphia overnight. It happened outside a recording studio on Jackson Street near Water Street at 1:30 a.m. Police say the victim went outside to grab his food delivery order when 5 men wearing masks jumped him.
Dang. I mean, and this is all in Philly within like the span of a week. The auntie stabbing, that was a couple weeks ago. So we'll let that one slide, but you can't Uber Eats, you hop out, and the recording studios are very dangerous. Anywhere where there's being hip hop music played in a congregation of super gremlins is definitely going to be dangerous. So, you know, I would just say, hey guys, I mean, I got a recording studio at my own home. I suggest you guys do the same.
The victim was shot in the leg, but was able to run half a mile to the Wawa in Columbus Boulevard for help. Police drove him to the hospital, where he is listed in stable condition. All 5 men fled the scene.
Philadelphia police are trying to track down the 4 individuals who attacked a man leaving a bar Saturday night in Center City. The victim's family says he was left for dead with broken ribs and his teeth knocked out. Action News reporter Walter Perez is live in Norristown tonight, where he talked to the victim. Walter, what have you learned?
Well, Jim, what we learned is that the victim, 27-year-old Jalen Ramsey of Norristown, is lucky to be alive tonight. And tonight, his family is hoping that someone has information that can help police find the people responsible. Jalen Ramsey of Norristown was hanging out with friends at Wreckin' Royal this past Saturday night in Center City. He was having a great time at first.
Left out, met some more people outside, and
Woo! Look what they did to this boy's face. Lord have mercy.
I was on my way to go get some pizza, and that's the last of my night that I remember.
He woke up in an ambulance with a broken nose and cracked teeth, along with gashes and abrasions across his face.
And he got braces. He just got his teeth, or trying to get his teeth fixed, and then the super gremlins came and stomped him out. Gave him a whole root canal.
He also suffered a concussion, leaving him with no memory of what happened that night after he left the restaurant.
I was told that there was a group of guys that were coming down the street. They were talking a lot of mess.
Whoa. Not just a group of guys, okay? A group of super gremlins on demon time.
I guess those guys and me got into an argument, and then they started to beat me up. And
You don't remember that at all?
no, I don't remember any of it.
Jalen's mom, Rochelle White, says
They beat the memory out that boy.
she got the call from police and rushed to the hospital to be by Jalen's side. But she says nothing could prepare her for what she saw when she got there.
When I went in and pulled the curtain and saw the condition he was in, just no parent, mother, father, family members want to see their family like that.
Tonight, Jalen and his family are calling for peace in the city and for justice in this case.
It's just so dangerous out there. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to make it back to your family at night.
Some of the businesses have cameras. Maybe they can check footage and see and help us find out who did this to my son. That I really would appreciate.
Now, police are still looking for surveillance video that offers a clear view of the people who did this. In the meantime, anyone with any information is asked to contact police. Reporting live from Norristown, Walter Perez, Channel 6 Action News. Jim?
Thank you, Walter.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting
just took place. Excuse me. I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jinquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here for these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo.
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit on.
That's that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jinquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
Friends are demanding justice for a D.C. man killed in Philadelphia. It's been more than a week since this man, 41-year-old Eric Pope, was punched by a bouncer outside of a gay bar, and it was all caught on camera.
Yeah, Matthew Torres has the latest in this investigation as his friends in D.C. mourn his death. So, Matthew, what are we learning?
Well, Leslie, we are going to show you that video, but covering the moment of impact. One of his friends here in D.C. questioned why no one has been arrested and tells me there was no reason for him to die the way he did. WUSA 9 obtaining surveillance video in Philadelphia the morning of April 16th. Police saying 41-year-old Eric Pope had just been escorted out of a gay bar called Taboo Bar and Lounge for being intoxicated. Moments after seeing him approaching this white SUV, a bouncer walks up to him, punches Pope before he fell to the ground, and
woo! And he gave him all of his might. Okay, he winded that thing up. The LGBT brother was, or it looks like he was a burrito brother, but you know, he was being funny, probably was told not to touch the car, got escorted out of the bar, and the bouncer just comes in outside of the bar and takes out all his anger on this guy, man. It's crazy.
Approaching this white SUV, a bouncer walks up to him, punches Pope before he fell to the ground and hit his head.
It's really heartbreaking.
And it's safe to say that these bars are not safe in Philly, okay? In many other parts of the U.S., we've done mass shootings in Sacramento. We've covered shootouts at the Waffle House in Atlanta. We've covered Cedar Rapids, Iowa, where there was a shootout at a club, a bar that was hosting a 90s party. So, you know, you got to be careful out here because these super gremlins are on demon time.
When you watch the video and you just see how people take matters in their own hands for whatever reason.
In the video, Pope was laying on the street for about 2 minutes before he was dragged to the sidewalk. Investigators saying he wasn't responsive when medics arrived. He remained in the hospital in critical condition until he died Saturday.
Took my breath away. I immediately burst into tears. I felt like my heart literally was broken when I saw that, because Eric is just a genuine, just very sweet, compassionate. He's always looking out for people.
Keisha Tate Brown had been friends with Pope for 7 years and used to work together at the Federal Reserve Board. She says as a member of the LGBTQ+ community, he was all about inclusivity, describing him as positive and generous.
You know, very confident in himself. And so he was big on equality, just, you know, fairness and justice for everyone.
Authorities in Philadelphia tell WSA 9 charges have not been made, but the district attorney says he's taking the situation seriously.
It's just really sad, and I would like justice to be served. I really ultimately do. We're all seeking that.
Now, the bar owner tells our sister station in Philadelphia that the bouncer was not an employee but worked through a security company. The owner says that they are cooperating with investigators. The station did reach out to that security company for comment, but have not heard back. Leslie.
Yeah, what a tragedy. Sounds like just an incredible person. Thank you.
Now to other news. Bouncer at a Center City bar is now facing murder charges. Authorities say he punched a patron who fell to the ground and then died several days later. Eyewitness News reporter Makisha Bailey is live outside of Taboo, that club where the incident happened. Good morning, Makisha.
Yeah, good morning, Janelle. Well, police tell us that this bouncer has yet to turn himself in, and the owner here at Taboo says that the bouncer was not an employee, but he was contracted out by a private security firm. Now, all of this while the victim's family and friends are in mourning.
One of the most kindest individuals I've ever been privileged to know.
Wednesday night at Conn Park, friends of 41-year-old Eric Pope lit candles to honor his life.
Always was inclusive, and that's why I think it's so hard for me, for him being gone, is that, you know, he always wanted everyone's opinion and everything to do something as a group.
Pope was killed earlier this month after leaving the Taboo nightclub, where he was escorted outside for being intoxicated. In the surveillance video obtained by Eyewitness News, you see the moment a bouncer who has now been identified as 24-year-old Kenneth Fry approach Pope and punch him. Pope falls to the ground unconscious. Officials later confirmed he died of trauma to the brain.
Wow. And could you say that, hey, this might be an LGBT hate crime? Maybe. Maybe it was fueled by that. Maybe that bouncer was upset that he was working that job. Apparently, he didn't work at the bar. He was hired through a third-party security team, and it was absolutely uncalled for. Okay, the guy is over here taunting you, playing around, touching the car, whatever. You know, I get it. He was pushing his limits. A lot of these dudes do feel like they're untouchable, and you know, let's keep it a buck. Some of these LGBT dudes feel like they are just like women and they can't be hit by a man. And there are men out here who take offense to that. Okay, I'm not saying that's me personally, but I know guys who are waiting to you know, be an example for why, oh, you know, it's weird, but I've seen it before where guys are waiting to get tried. Like I said, a lot of dudes be on like I wish a nigga would time. And apparently the brother Eric Pope pushed too many buttons and, you know, provoked a super gremlin.
Fry is now facing third-degree murder charges. The owner of Taboo says Fry was hired by a private company. Meanwhile, the district's attorney's office says they received reports of troubling interactions involving private security workers at neighborhood establishments, saying in part, the district attorney's office continues to work with our partners in law enforcement and government towards safety and justice for all Philadelphians, including members of targeted and vulnerable communities. And this morning, Pope's friends are still adjusting to their loss.
Full of compassion, always went the extra mile to support those around him.
And the events leading up to the punch are still being investigated, and police say that they are still waiting for Fry to turn himself in. Reporting from Center City, Waukesha Bailey, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Waukesha. But first tonight, a community comes together to remember a man killed outside a Philadelphia bar. I'm Yuki Washington.
I'm Jessica Cartalia. As friends grieve for Eric Pope, the suspect in his death remains on the loose. Kenneth Fry is...
It is bad. He said, I ain't turning myself in. Y'all gonna have to find me.
Wanted on third-degree murder charges. Police say that Fry, who worked as a bouncer, punched Pope outside Taboo Lounge earlier this month. Eyewitness News reporter Carrie Corrado is live in Center City, where a vigil was held for the victim. Carrie?
And that dude, that's a big boy right there. Like, he had that one punch knockout, and woo, that's wild.
Jessica, good evening. They all gathered here tonight to help each other process this tragedy. They shared stories and memories right here at this park. It's on 11th and Pine to help remember and honor Eric Pope.
One of the most kindest individuals I've ever been privileged to know.
A vigil to remember and celebrate the life of 41-year-old Eric Pope. Friends and community members gathered at 11th and Pine, where they held candles and shared memories.
Full of compassion, always went the extra mile to support those around him.
Always was inclusive, and that's why I think it's so hard for me. For him being gone is that, you know, he always wanted everyone's opinion and everything to do something as a group.
Officials say Pope was in town on April 16th, visiting from D.C. He was escorted out of Taboo Lounge and Sports Bar for being intoxicated. In this video obtained by Eyewitness News, you can see a bouncer, later identified as Kenneth Fry, walk up to Pope and punch him, causing him to fall to the ground unconscious. Pope died from his injuries on April 23rd. The owner of Taboo says Fry was not one of its employees. He worked for a private security firm. A spokesman for the district attorney's office says they are aware of reports of troubling interactions involving private security workers at neighborhood establishments, saying in part the district attorney's office continues to work with our partners in law enforcement and government towards safety and justice for all Philadelphians, including members of targeted and vulnerable communities. As friends and the community mourns the loss of a friend, they won't forget the special life that touched them all.
And to see people come together collectively and share beautiful memories and anecdotes about someone who really was truly beloved, I think that there's beauty in that.
So again, Fry is facing third-degree murder. We did reach out to police. No update on his arrest at this point. We're live tonight. Carrie Corrado, CBS 3 Eyewitness.
A bouncer at a Philadelphia club is facing possible murder charges after a man that he punched
died
It
from his
happened.
injuries. Yeah.
Sorry, Gray. It happened outside a Center City bar more than a week ago. The punch itself. Action News reporter Annie McCormick now joining us live outside police headquarters with more. And Annie, you also have surveillance video of that punch.
Yeah, Shari, that's great. That's right. And that surveillance video is a little disturbing. So we tried to stop it at one point in the video. At this point, no charges have been filed yet. Homicide detectives did not receive the case until Friday. That's because the victim died several days after he was punched. This surveillance video shows the punch allegedly from a bouncer at Taboo Bar and Lounge that knocked 41-year-old Eric Pope to the ground. Pope hit his head and died from his injuries over the weekend. The punch occurred on Saturday, April 16th. Pope's devastated family spoke to Action News from Massachusetts today.
He cared about people, helping people.
Taboo released a statement stating in part, quote, when the unconscious individual was reported to our management, we immediately called 911 and sought assistance. But Taboo says the bouncer was not an employee. Action News has learned he works for a Philadelphia security company.
Yeah, dang, that is a big super gremlin on demon time.
And in recent weeks, there have been other incidents at Center City bars involving the same security company, according to police reports obtained by 6ABC. One incident was recorded on March 27th at 2:45 a.m. at Voyeur nightclubs, and another on April 3rd at 1 a.m. at U Bar. The report states, quote, security guard choked and slammed the complainant to the ground. The complainant sustained a head injury. District Attorney Larry Krauser's office has not officially filed charges yet, and his office is currently reviewing what charges could be brought, including possibly homicide charges.
Let him go, Larry, and they ended up charging him with third-degree murder. So, you know, what can you do?
What I can tell you is I'm aware of the situation. My information is, I had information about the punch itself and the very severe injuries that followed even before the victim of that punch passed away.
Now, police say both the suspect and the security company that he works for are fully cooperating. For now, reporting live outside of police headquarters, Annie McCormick for Action News at 10 on PHL 17.
Are demanding justice for a D.C. man killed in Philadelphia. It's been more than a week since this man, 41-year-old Eric Pope, was punched by a bouncer outside of a gay bar, and it was all caught on camera.
Yeah, Matthew Torres has the latest in this investigation as his friends in D.C. mourn his death. So, Matthew, what are we learning?
Well, Leslie, we are going to show you that video, but covering the moment of impact. One of his friends here in D.C. questioned why no one has been arrested and tells me there was no reason for him to die the way he did.
And my thing is, you coming from DC, you come from another city, you go to Philly to party, and you don't know how demonic the city is right now. There's 1.5 murders a day in Philly. So you going out there cutting a fool and taunting people is not a smart move, especially when you're surrounded by a group of super gremlins on demon time.
WUSA 9 obtaining surveillance video in Philadelphia the morning of April 16th. Police saying 41-year-old Eric Pope had just been escorted out of a gay bar called Taboo Bar and Lounge for being intoxicated. Moments after seeing him approaching this white SUV, a bouncer walks up to him, punches Pope before he fell to the ground and hit his head.
It's really heartbreaking when you watch the video and you just see how people take matters in their own hands for whatever reason.
In the video, Pope was laying on the street for about 2 minutes before he was dragged to the sidewalk. Investigators saying he wasn't responsive when medics arrived. He remained in the hospital in critical condition until he died Saturday.
It took my breath away. I immediately burst into tears. I felt like my heart literally was broken when I saw that, because Eric is just a genuine, just very sweet, compassionate. He's always looking out for people.
Keisha Tate Brown had been friends with Pope for 7 years and used to work together at the Federal Reserve Board. She says as a member of the LGBTQ+ community, he was all about inclusivity, describing him as positive and generous.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube?
It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video. I fucking stuttered in that damn intro. Woo. Oh man. Today we have a show for you guys. This one is gonna get deep, y'all. This one's gonna get deep because there has been an expose that has been put out on Jessee Lee Peterson. I know a lot of people have gravitated toward him. He is a YouTuber, pastor, personality, Christian type vibes. Okay. And it's looking a little Catholic churchy, allegedly, but it's looking a little, you know what I'm saying, like he turning into the Pope or some shit. Bruh is down bad, okay? And he was talking a lot of shit. He was popping a lot of shit. Don't get it fucked up. Jessee Lee Peterson was popping his shit. He was on his moral high ground, okay? He was on a lot of the what the community would call judgmental. They said he was cooning. They said he was doing all these types of things. And his caricature would have stood the test of time. It would have stood the test of time, except for allegedly his lust. Okay? His lust. A lot of men are losing their empire to their little head. All right? We're going to get into it. What I have seen, it's not looking good. It's looking like a male version of the let me not say Cosby, but it's looking it's looking like a male version of a Harvey Weinstein. How about that? Or he is a male. I don't know why I said that. Okay, it's looking like the black version of Harvey Weinstein, which I guess you could say R. Kelly. I don't know, man. I'm butchering this intro, guys, because I don't know. It's fucked up. I honestly, though, I'm gonna just tell y'all right now, all of this is alleged, but I believe it. I believe it. Okay. He was on, a self-righteous high ground, as you would say. A lot of people are, trying to hide their real self. I never claimed to be perfect. All right. Me personally, I can't abide by all the rules, right? I'm gonna fuck up sometimes, and I'm gonna tell y'all when I fuck up, and I'm gonna tell y'all if I fuck up, okay? But it ain't gonna be on no gay shit. Okay, it would never be on no gay shit, and this is what this nigga Jessee Lee Peterson is on. We are not going to hold our tongues on this one, my nigga. We're not going to use any defamatory language. But this man got, let's see how many subs he got. And this is why you guys got to support me. Wow. And it's crazy right now when I'm looking at his subs. Let me just share the screen so y'all don't think I'm bullshitting. This is his transformation. Honestly, he might go up from here. If there are no criminal charges pressed, he might go up from here. He's got 333K subscribers, and y'all know I'm into numerology. Y'all know I'm into numerology, okay? He's got 333K subscribers. And then he has a video that is pinned that says, "Are you better than a child molester?" And that was a year ago. And it looks like he is actually going live tomorrow morning. So I guess we'll listen up. These allegations are heavy, okay? And the presentation is stupendous. All right? It's documentary style. Very likened to like these 60-minute exposés, right? So this nigga is accused of allegedly grooming the people that he brought into his, I guess he has a church or a congregation or some type of men's group, right? There are allegations, grown ass men making allegations sounding like bitches. That like it is grown ass men out here sounding like, you know, oh, well, I was coerced and, you know, they tricked me and, you know, I was nervous. Like, bro, so if a nigga putting his manhood on the line for this shit, this is why I believe it, because men don't usually speak out. Okay? Men don't usually speak out. And it's not necessarily that anything that he did was criminal, because let's keep it a buck. If a man don't want to fuck you, he's not going to fuck you. But the fact that he's doing some gay shit in general, well, I mean, niggas ass can get taken. I ain't saying that men can't get taken, but like you ain't going down without a fight, all right? Any guy who is not suspect is not going down without a fight. So there are allegations out here that Jessee Lee Peterson was topping niggas up, fucking niggas, not niggas, but white boys, okay? Grown ass men, grown ass gliders. So woo! I mean, a lot of people are waiting for his downfall. A lot of people are happy that this is happening, that this expose is happening. But this is what I'll say. He definitely was a weird one. I didn't watch him that much. I know a lot of people were in my comment section saying, hey, get on JLP, get on JLP. And I'm like, who the fuck is JLP? So then I had to do my research, and then I was like, oh, okay. You know, he was kind of weird to me. Like the way that he talked, he kind of sound retarded, honestly. Like he don't sound like it's all the way there. Like it sounds like he got, you know, a puppet, like he's a puppet, like somebody got their hand up his ass or something like that. Like he don't speak off the cuff like your boy Jenquavius, okay? He don't speak off the cuff like your boy Jenquavius, all right? So should we get into the documentary? Let's get into the documentary, okay? Let's get into the documentary. This motherfucker, if this is true, all of this is alleged. I'm prefacing this right now. All of this is alleged, but this is a nasty nigga, okay? If he has done this. Okay? If he has done this. So this is coming from the 21 Studios, and if you guys don't know what the 21 Studio is, basically it's like the headquarters for a lot of manosphere people who talk about red pill, red vitamin, whatever content. Performa 20 with the $5 super trap says, LOL, say it ain't so, JLP.
Oh, say like
I don't know, y'all. It's looking so. But anyways, 21 Studios. Matter of fact, let me just pull it up real quick so I can give you guys some background story. Okay, so 21 Studios, basically they host like a 21 convention, and you know, they have different manosphere speakers speaking up there, and you know, basically all the women are gonna say, oh, it's a misogynist podcast, whatever. Okay, but they're speaking on masculinity, manhood, and all that type of shit, right? He was a speaker at the 21 convention, and it looks like they posted a video 2 days ago to preface his expose. And he was talking a lot of shit in this video. Now, I'm not going to play it, all right? I'm not going to play the video, but I am going to play this documentary. And it's very well produced, okay? The 21 Studios, they don't play. They actually get some good production, good video editors. Very well produced. A lot of witnesses, a lot of people who know him intimately, attached to him intimately, have no reason to lie, okay? A lot of times we will be watching these things, and, you know, there are women who exaggerate certain things, right? We've seen a lot of guys get hit with false accusations, and, you know, the Me Too situation was discredited. Well, this isn't that. As a matter of fact, the 21 Studios are against Me Too. So their credibility is pretty fucking high right now. The credibility is pretty high because 21 Studios is against Me Too, falsely accusing men of, taking WAP or doing any illicit sexual activities. And they are exposing a man for taking booty hole. Okay. And there was this phrase that JLP had, me doing my research, and he said something to Amber Rose as she said, what do you call a man who's a slut or whatever? And he says, I'm not a slut, I'm a slut maker. But it looks like he's more of a butt breaker, okay? My man is busting cheeks. Dookie warrior. Dookie dick stallion, allegedly. So, and you're not going to get away from those allegations ever, okay? Especially if they're true. They have some credence. And you have witnesses who are alive. You have witnesses who are alive. You can't get clout and live a double life. You can't. You can't. There was another Manosphere guy who was exposed. I haven't spoken on it yet. I wasn't going to speak on it, but I am going to speak on it now because a lot of these dudes in the Manosphere are getting exposed in different ways, okay? There are guys who are getting exposed in different ways. Maybe they wouldn't really get bitches like that. Maybe the bitch that they got is ugly. Maybe, the bitch they got is fat or whatever. All right? A lot of these dudes are getting exposed, and you have people who are faking the funk online. Now, when you look at your boy Janquavius, I'm all the way around because not only am I doing videos on Reclaim Your Throne about, what's going on in the dating market, but I'm also doing videos on Black Gen Z Mindset, BGZM News 17 with your boy Janquavius, covering what's going on in the streets. All right. And the streets is a lot more dirty than the dating market. If you look at the streets and you look at the dating market and you say, which issue is greater? It's going to be the streets every time. Okay. Every time. And I'm congruent with my shit. I'm outside. I'm not saying one thing, doing another. We outside. Okay. I've been told y'all I'm outside. We been done jumped off the porch. And we in the funk, man. We're in the streets. We're seeing it firsthand and we're seeing it on the news and reacting to it. Like, I was just in a club in downtown Atlanta last weekend. Okay? We're outside. And I don't never be on no hot shit. I'm just observing. But I'm gonna tell you what, you ain't never gonna have Janquavius caught up in situations. So we're gonna break this thing down. I know y'all have been waiting for it. I just wanted to get a few more people in the building. If you are in the building, though, make sure you go ahead and like the video. All right, we got to get these likes up, man. We got to get these likes up. And once we start the video, we are going to get a poll going. We're going to get a poll going. So let's see. We got 56 likes right now. We got 119 watching. I'm going to start the video when we can get 80 likes, okay? I'm going to start the video when we get 80 likes. I'm going to keep talking my shit, okay? Because this is an expose, I mean, damn near of the decade, at least. At least. This is a motherfucker who was claiming all that Christian shit. And this is why when you go online and you claiming you Christians, look, I ain't got nothing against the Christians. I love the Lord. Y'all know that I love my Jesus, okay? I love the Lord. But I would never come out here and say, oh, I'm perfect. Look, man. I might fuck a bitch from time to two. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might, from time to time, I might smash a dime. That's just me. But I never claim to say, oh, yeah, well, I'm out here. I'm gonna wait till marriage. I'm way past that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I would never say that for myself because I can't hold myself to that. I cannot hold myself to that. But let's keep it a buck. Man like this, he got 333,000 subscribers on YouTube. That check is looking at least 30,000 a month at least. He getting at least 30,000 a month because I know his shit monetized. See, my shit, it don't be monetized. I might get this a month and then it'll be half that the next month because they demonetizing your boy. They shadow banning your boy. I'm getting less money from when I had less subscribers. Ain't that a bitch? I'm getting less money on YouTube than when I had 3,000 subscribers. I was getting more money when I had 3,000 subscribers. Now that I got 6,000 subscribers, I'm getting less bread. Okay, so YouTube is putting in a concerted effort to say, hey, look, this nigga too real. You know what I mean? He gonna keep it a buck, and you can't really call him out on his authenticity because we really outside and I be interacting. You can look at my social media. All right. I got videos of me being outside in the club, hoes fighting. Remember, I showed y'all that when I was outside in the club and the hoes got to fighting and they were fighting security. These were sisters fighting grown-ass men. Grown-ass men. They're fighting them. And the bar ended. The whole event ended and they were still fighting. Like, to stay in the club. They were getting kicked out of the club. The night was over and they were fighting to stay in a club that was closing. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. So y'all hit the Super Trap, y'all hit the Cash App, y'all hit the PayPal. Show some love because this shit definitely got to be profitable for your boy to keep moving. I'm trying to expand. I got the BGZM News 17 YouTube channel, right? Which I'm doing no commentary on that one. But we did get them 80 likes. So shout out to you guys.
Oh, say less.
I really wanted that video to start there. Y'all was there. Y'all was tired of my ass. All right. So without further ado, we are going to get into this expose of Jessee Lee Peterson.
Talk about the men of sorrow. Don't like the good old times you win. That's old Jerry. That's always she bit the bad Lord. Jericho, Jericho, Lord, Jericho. She bit the bad Lord. Jericho, that's the whole thing.
I'm changed, and I don't have any skeleton in my closet.
You're saying
from
that
the
you're
point
100%
that I changed.
saint now?
I'm not saying that I'm a saint, but I don't do those things.
In the early 1990s, Reverend Jessee Lee Peterson began his ministry as a student of Roy Masters, a British-born talk radio personality and hypnotist. Peterson and Masters promoted a similar system of meditation and theology, a system that includes rejecting the Holy Trinity and our blessed Lord's divinity.
You blame things that you do. Somebody else. No.
But thanks to the feckless and spiritually absent bishops, Jesse's theological errors didn't keep him from gaining tens of thousands of Catholic and patriotic followers.
All right, so the big following that he gained in a short period of time, a lot of this could be attributed to, you know, he was at one point he was entertaining as fuck because he would just say like some off the wall shit and he really stood on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't go out and say, oh, well, racism doesn't exist. All right. I wouldn't say, oh, it doesn't exist, but I would say it's greatly exaggerated, especially today. Okay. And a lot of motherfuckers who get profiled and whatnot, they was doing some goofy shit. But he would say some shit like that, you know, and he would wild out and just say some very entertaining but triggering things, and people would gravitate toward it. Okay, from all demographics, you know, especially when you got brothers who are tired of the norm. They're tired of you know, people just saying the shit that you expect niggas to say, right? A lot of these dudes say what you expect them to say, and nobody's really off the wall and you know, actually looking at both sides of the situation objectively. And I think that what Jessee Lee Peterson did, he came with what they would call the right-wing talking points and whatnot. But I think he just spoke up for traditional values and tried to, you know, mix the Christianity thing into it, which got a whole bunch of Christians on board because people are starving for Christianity because a lot more people are losing their religion nowadays. Okay, so people are kind of starving for Christian socialites who gain big followings and they want to support. And I think Jessee Lee Peterson kind of knew that, and that's why he never dropped the God thing. Okay, because come on, bro. I mean, you can't be fucking niggas and then talking about, I mean, you just can't do it. Talking about some, oh, Jesus Christ. Like, nah. Nah, bro.
Jessee's draw for conservatives was his commentary against the Marxist group Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter, radical so-called social justice warriors. They were chanting, what do we want? Dead cops. When do we want it now? Pigs in the blanket, fry them like bacon. And people went out and started killing cops and everything.
Back up. So he was right about that. You know, you can't discredit everything that he's saying, but he was right about that there was a heavy unrest that has led to what we see now with these super gremlins on Demon Time. Shout out to Hot Black Desi Auto with the $10 super trap. He says, I always got weird vibes from JLP. Could listen to Gen Q all day though. Hit the super trap.
Oh, say less.
Hey, y'all already know, man. I'm just trying to do my thing. You know, I see, I'll never come out here and claim to be perfect. All right. But I'm like very normal, I would say. I'm like very normal. You know, I do regular shit, work out, maintain my shit. You know, entrepreneurship, starting businesses, pushing that. You know, he was kind of weird. He definitely was weird vibes. Okay, I'll just say that.
Exploiting many angry American men's desires for a stable family life, Jessee would directly call out feminists for their role in destroying the family as well.
Sexism is a made-up lie, and it's been made up by women who hate men, who hate the family, who hate the unborn child.
The 73-year-old even...
So he would say like very sweeping statements like that. Is sexism a real thing? Yeah, man. I mean, I think the highest degree of sexism is these super gremlins killing their baby mamas, like we've seen in previous videos, like we saw in. I mean, I did the story that this afternoon on the guy who beheaded his girlfriend. He beheaded his on and off girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, whatever it was. Okay, that's the biggest form of sexism. Once the sexism gets violent, and it's OV. So is there sexism? Yes. But do these hoes be tripping? Yes, as well. Okay. Do niggas be tripping too? Hell yeah. All right. But there's blame to go around on both sides. But when you're speaking about a certain topic, I think that people try and catch you in this, oh, well, they do it too, or this person does it too moment, right? When you're not talking about that, you're talking about a specific situation. Like when we're talking about, you know, Black women being 40 or 38% more affected by domestic violence than any other woman, and you know their femicide rates are higher. Well, white men kill their wives too. They kill their whole family too. Yeah, we know that, but we do it more. Okay, unfortunately, this is not a good thing, and I think people try and catch you in this moment where, oh well, they do it too. This person does it too, and it's just like some bullshit. It's just like not genuine to having the conversation.
Visited the Church Militant studio in March when senior executive producer Michael Voris answered his questions about Catholicism.
Did Jesus just rise from the dead in spirit, or did his body come out also?
He was, maybe his body came out, I don't know. But
okay. Now that was some wild shit. Okay. If anybody knows the story of Jesus, he rose after the third day. Okay. He died for our sins to wash away. He rose on the third day. They went to his tomb. They rolled the stone back and he was not there, meaning that either his body was robbed or he ascended into heaven. That is the story. So to go off and say, well, I don't know if he rose in spirit or if his body was gone. That's some wild shit, because that's going against the doctrine.
Well, that's a big deal.
He rose in the spirit. That's what.
No, he rose in the body.
Why I want to make that.
But he rose in the body. You can't say he didn't walk out of the tomb on Sunday.
And a lot of the debate, when he actually debated with people who had half a brain, they would eat his. I was gonna say they would eat his ass, but he would probably like that, right? Oh God, wait till y'all hear these allegations. This shit is crazy. But yeah, I mean, he was getting ate up. You can't say that you believe in Christianity and you don't believe that Jesus rose from the dead. That's the whole point. Okay. Cyrus Cherry puts $10 on the super trap. He says most public black conservatives have been burned by the black community. I can relate, but healing is required. Now he risks humiliation on top of unhealed pain.
Oh, say less.
Right. And that you're right. I mean, he's right for real. Most black conservatives have been burned by the black community. I would even go as far as to say as most people have been burned by the black community. Unfortunately, a lot of people have had bad experience with all type of people, right? But specifically, if you are a black man, you've loaned the nigga some money and he ain't paid you back. Right. And that's the first step. Or you done got stuck up by another, like for no reason type shit. Right. There's a lot of different factors that go into it. Maybe you got bullied in high school. So you do hold this resentment for the community. But just because you hold resentment for the community doesn't mean that you can't look at them and correct, yo, this shit is fucked up. Because you can say, oh, man, niggas be on this shit. But then when you actually see what the fuck is going on out here, it changes the whole dynamic. You're like, oh shit, like this shit is bad. Like it's worse than I thought. Like it really is worse than I thought. Like, you know, before, and I wouldn't even say, I don't even like aligning myself with, oh, conservative or da. I wouldn't do that. Like my thought process is more libertarian if I had to, but I wouldn't even throw myself in any type of party. Okay. I wouldn't even throw myself in any type of party. I'm just saying, like, before I started, you know, researching this type of content, I never knew how bad it really was. I knew that we were at the bottom, but I never really knew how bad it was. And then when my eyes opened up and I'm just like, yo, we got some, this is the, I mean, fuck all that poor shit. You can be broke and still not beheading bitches. But yeah, I mean, it's like I'm watching Criminal Minds right now because they're gonna drop it from Netflix at the end of June. So I'm trying to watch because you know I watched it when I was a kid. And you know, some episodes I remember, some episodes I don't. But most of the episodes, like the killer is white and you know, he's an unsub and da 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 da. And I'm just like, then when I'm actually seeing what's like who's really doing a vast majority of these murders, I'm like, this shit is not this shit is not accurate. All right. They don't have any, they have like so far they probably had 2, 3 maybe black killers. Even when you go back and watch CSI Miami, like it was like no black people killing anybody. So they just misrepresent it, I think, which is kind of weird because now you're starting to see the tide turn on this serial killer shit. Like once niggas realize that, serial killing is a thing, like, oh shit. Like motherfuckers are creating imaginary ops to become serial killers. I told you guys this. Niggas are beefing with people online in order to have a reason to catch a body. But let's keep going.
And from what we knew at the time, Jessee was an ardent opponent of homosexuality in and outside the church and presented himself as such.
The spirit of homosexuality is of their father, the devil. It's not them. the person. It's the spirit that made a home in them. And it came from them overreacting to some sort of a situation in life, whether it's from someone messing with them when they were kids, or overreacting to an angry mother, because you become like what you hate.
Woo! That was deep right there. So now when you listen to what he's saying about the Black community and about homosexuality, it sounds like, and this is what a lot of these chicks talk about when they're like, oh, the self-hate, it's giving self-hate. It sounds like self-hate. Like me making videos about these super gremlins doing obscene things to everybody, not only, but specifically Black women, they will come in the comments and say, oh, it's self-hate, when I'm trying to save y'all, honestly, really trying to save y'all ass. But they don't get it. They're like, oh, it's self-hate, self-hate. No, this is actual self-hate, because I ain't never did none of that shit. I never robbed nobody. I never shot nobody. I never killed nobody. I never done any of that crazy shit. I'm just telling you guys what to watch out for. But they'll say, oh, you're self-hate. Okay, self-hate. With him, he's saying, oh, homosexuality, da-da-da-da, whatever. And he's actually allegedly gay. And then he's, you know, talking shit about the Black community, even though a lot of the shit that he is saying are facts. But it can be deemed as self-hate because he got caught up in the allegations. Now, if he would have never fucked no boys, allegedly, right? I'm gonna keep saying allegedly. I know it's gonna get annoying, but if he ain't never fucked no boys, like, he could really go off on his shit and be somewhat accurate, okay? Because it doesn't really sound like he reads the word. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't sound like he reads the word, or he just has the mental capacity to comprehend the word. And by the word, I mean the Bible. But he's talking about not fucking with gay people, and he's over here, you know, doing shit in the dark. What's done in the dark, guys?
But shortly after the March interview, friends of his came to us with a different story. These stories first came to light when Jesse's former co-host and alleged decade-long gay lover exposed him. 61-year-old.
And that picture, you will never have nobody. I don't know if it doesn't look like it's photoshopped. You will never find a picture of nobody on me like that. Like, that's wild. Like, the nigga is asleep on his shoulder. Unless it's a woman, right? Like, that, a grown ass, that would never fly. This nigga got a beard and another man is on his back. Unless we were wrestling, like, on some real shit, like we was fighting, or maybe it was like an exhibition wrestling match. That's the only time you would see some shit like that.
Co-host and alleged decade-long gay lover exposed him. 61-year-old Patrick Rooney has known Jessee for nearly 30 years, dating back to roughly 1992.
Everybody know Patrick Rooney, one of the smartest white men on this side of heaven.
The two were so close that Jessee was the
That was a crazy statement.
Minister at his wedding and the pastor at his baptism, long before Rooney claimed any homosexual activities began.
Right around that time, I also had started a TV show. I was doing a public access TV show in LA, and with a friend of mine who had gotten off heroin and wanted to, he asked me to be involved in the show to help other people get off drugs and things like that. So we started the show, and one of our first guests was Jessee and another gentleman from Bond. So we did a couple shows with them. And from that time forward, right after the show happened, Jessee and I talked in the green room, you know, backstage. And right off the bat, he started asking me stuff. Jesse's very forward with his questioning and things like that.
And yeah, you do see that on the show. He is forward with his questioning, and this is a 62-year-old white man. Honestly, what does he have to lie for? Shout out to, I mean, that's embarrassing as fuck anyway. Performa20 with the $5 super trap says, I'm hurt, scratching my freaking head. About to unsub from JLP. And this is not like me trying to say, oh, guys, unsub from him. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just laying out what these niggas is saying. The accusations are crazy. Me personally, I subscribe to everybody, and I don't typically unsub from anybody. But like, if you're going to be gay and you're gonna hide it in 2022, you got to be thorough. Like, the niggas that you fuck have to be paid and NDA'd up. Like, you can't just be doing the shit that they're alleging that he's doing. Like, if you gonna fuck a dude, like, he needs to either be a crackhead, like for real, like in the street crackhead, like a motherfucker you just said, hey, I got these cheeseburgers and get your dick sucked behind the alley, or you gonna have to pay him NDA up or whatnot, because there's no way you're going to get away with being a closeted homosexual if you have a public persona. I mean, look at Isaiah Rashad. This man got caught literally with a dick in his mouth. That shit was crazy. That one blew. I was gonna say that one blew me, but I wouldn't want to say that, right? Man, the jokes are gonna go off tonight. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Cyrus Cherry with the $10 super trap. He says, I hop on the Trump train for the same reason. Been hurt. Being a conservative is not the cure for trauma. Trump was not a traditional Republican. Many hate him for welcoming all people. Hurt people. Okay. That's real.
Oh, say less.
Yeah, see, and I can't like endorse a specific politician, me personally, just because I know the game. I know this shit is a game. And people are, oh, Gen Z, you should get into politics. No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to be connected with none of them. I don't want to be friends with none of them. You know, they got shit they know shit that I don't want to know about. Okay. Right. I'm happy in my ignorance here. Okay.
So he actually asked me right after that show, are you gay?
Rooney's characterization shows that Jessee allegedly used.
So I'm sorry I keep stopping it, but it's crazy to ask a man if he's gay. Like, a grown man asking another grown man if he's gay is crazy. What's good, bruh? Hey, are you gay? Like, that would. I've never asked anybody that shit. Like, if he's gay, I could tell he's gay by the way he's talking, by the way his mannerisms are, maybe by his hand flicking the wrist. Like, I'm not finna ask no nigga if he's gay.
Used similar grooming tactics as other homo predators, like Saginaw priest Father Robert DeLand, who asked similar questions when preying on a young man in 2017.
To discover that you have some gay tendencies is a fine thing.
Wow.
Because then you don't have to be so confused. Right. Do you feel less confused? Do you? Yeah.
After Jessee discovered Rooney's same-sex attraction, his relationship with Jessee was taken to the next level. Bit by bit, Jessee began edging him closer and closer.
Edging. Edging is a crazy term. If you guys don't know what edging is, it's basically like when you smashing and then like you're about to bust and then you like pull out so you don't bust and then you wait till it like cools down, then you go do it again. So that is pretty funny that they use that term.
To sin.
Once he moved up there to do the show, we stayed in the same house. Jessee would kind of do some things, kind of horseplay and stuff like that with me. And
grown men horseplaying is a little crazy if you have regular jobs. Now, athletes and all that kind of stuff, you know, they're still, when you're an athlete, you're still allowed to be a kid. Okay. Like, people are still, oh, this kid, he'll be a 35-year-old man. The kid's got heart. Like, they'll still call you a fucking kid. So when you're an athlete, you can horseplay and you'll see Draymond and Clay and Steph like hanging on each other and all that kind of stuff. When you're an athlete, yeah, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. But when you have a regular job, that's crazy. Like, imagine going to a 9-to-5 and you're horseplaying with your coworker. That's wild.
At times he would do stuff where he would like grab me and then we'd kind of wrestle around a little bit. And I'd feel his, private parts against me. And he did that more than once. So
That shit, that's gay as fuck.
it wasn't like an accidental thing. He would kind of do it, and then I even mentioned it, like, what's that or whatever. And he would kind of play around and joke about it.
Fast forward to 2005, and Jessee was ready to make his final move.
We did a conference with them called Moral Reconstruction, which is kind of ironic now that we're sitting here talking about something else. It's called Moral Reconstruction. We did that. That first conference was, I believe, in 2005. And we did a follow-up conference in 2006 with them as well. And I went with Jessee to Washington, D.C. For this conference. I was a fundraiser at the time. And so we did fundraising, and I was part of the conference. While we were at the conference, we stayed in Virginia, near D.C. So we were sitting on the bed together, and all of a sudden he turned to me, just
sitting on the bed in a hotel with another man is crazy. Like, I could understand if it's spring break and, y'all are all like sharing a hotel. That I get that. But if y'all are grown people, you got your own bank accounts. Why not just get 2 separate rooms?
looked at me, and he said, "What do you want to do? What do you want to do?" And he said it in a tone that was really insistent. And I'd never seen this tone from him before. It was like kind of scary. It kind of scared me.
And this is the whole ass shit that I don't like. My nigga, you're gay too, bruh. You're gay too. You let another nigga fuck you. You're gay. So him talking about, oh, it was scary. Nigga, it's a grown ass man. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, it's scary. What? If you want, like, there's no way this, like, bruh, either was he the first nigga that you fucked? Either Jessee turned him out or he was already like that. Like, him saying, oh, it was scary. Like, nah, we not finna do that now. Oh, it was scary. Come on, G.
Like what? What do you want to do? I knew what he meant. And then I told him, okay. And at first I'm scared, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm playing along here. It kind of threw me off my game, I guess, in a way. I think later I realized that's kind of something that people do sometimes. It's like the devil works in a certain way.
What? Isn't this man married? Have you fucked a bitch before? Like, honestly, nowadays I'm just like, shit, what you want? Like, what you trying to do? Like, you keeping it straight up. I don't see how that's scary. Like, if I'm trying to think of it like on some heterosexual shit, but like if I invite a bitch over, the first thing I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna make it cozy, whatnot, have some candles going, maybe some music, had a TV playing, we finna Netflix and chill, maybe have some dessert or some pastries out for her to, relax and whatnot. But I'm finna 10 minutes in, so what we finna do? You know what I mean? Like, we finna get to it. I'm finna get straight to the business. So for him to act like, and then he's saying, oh, I knew what he was talking about. It's just, I can't take a grown man serious talking about, oh, I was scared. Like, bruh, if that nigga tried me on some shit, I would have said, nigga, get your, I would say some disrespectful shit. You know what I mean? I would say, like, if he, oh, so what you want to do? I'd be like, nigga, what the fuck do you mean? What do I want to do? Shit, I don't know. Maybe go down to the damn, the bar, see if they got some food or some shit. Order some damn room service, nigga, but you got to get your own room. Shout out to 188. I'm telling again with the $2 super trap. He said, OMG must be a nightmare. I'm going to wake up soon.
Way by intimidating you. It throws you off your normal game. And so he said, what do you want to do? And he was like, okay, I'm scared. And then I told him what I want to do. I mentioned sex acts, that he knew about that. I'd already.
What did you say? And he said he already knew about the acts that he wanted. This is different. So him saying he's scared was some weak ass shit. I just think that was some punk ass shit.
What I want to do. I mentioned sex acts, that he knew about that. I had already talked to him about that. I was interested in.
So y'all already talked about fucking. And then when he approached you to fuck, you were scared. That's why I said it's like, it's some bitch made ass shit, because a lot of women do this. Like, you know, you'll go back and forth texting on some freaky shit. Then when she get to the spot, she acting like, oh, I wasn't really rocking with it like that. I'm withdrawing consent after the fact, retroactively. And that's what gets a lot of guys in trouble. Now, he is saying that it was consensual, but I don't like how he's framing it as if y'all didn't talk about this before. Like, oh, it was scary. Like, nigga, y'all had consensual sex. I mean, it's some gay ass shit. It's weird talking about it, but hey, we could talk about anything over here. I mean, we talk about bitches getting beheaded. Oh, not bitches, women getting Whew, I'm on a roll, y'all. Women getting beheaded, you know, God rest her soul. But you know, this is getting a little iffy. Shout out to Beast Life over 50 with the $10 super trap. He says, what you want to do, find some hoes. Right. If he asks me what you want to do, I'm like, where the hoes at? Like, we're not finna sit here on this bed. Yo, we in DC, we in the DMV. Let's hit some clubs. You know, maybe call a couple scrippers. You know what I'm saying? Let's get some shit popping. Let's get our dick sucked by some bitches, nigga. Not each other. By some hoes, not each other now. You know what I mean? We in the DMV. We ain't finna do that.
And next thing you know, he's ripping his clothes off and coming at me, basically. And I did the same, took my clothes off. And the next thing you know, we're fully at it.
What the fuck? So these niggas were eager to fuck each other. That's some weird ass shit. I mean, shout out to all my gay niggas in the chat. Pause. You know, respect to y'all. I could never do that. I could never be as strong and brave as you guys, right? But y'all got it. You know what I mean? Y'all got it. That was wild. He said they ripped their clothes off and next thing you know, they're fully at it. What? No lube, just straight in the dick in the ass?
Having, not getting detail here, but basically full on sexual acts.
Nah, he should have got detailed. That was some hoe shit, honestly. You already saying what y'all did. I'm trying to see. Now I'm interested. All right, what did y'all do? Lay it on me. It can't be that bad, right?
Recollections show that Jessee mirrored DeLand's sexual advances almost identically.
I love you. Love you too. I know. What are we going to do? I don't know. No, what are we going to do, really?
Rooney's description shows that after their sexual encounter, Jessee began intertwining his private homosexualism with blasphemy.
After we had just done the first sexual act, and then ever since then, he told me that once we did this, I was born again. This sounds...
Damn, he said he gave him a new booty hole, bro. He rebirthed them. They had a dookie baby. Them niggas had a dookie baby, bruh. Shout out to Sigmund Freud with the $5 super trap. He said, hey, I caught me another live. Salute, young blood. Hey, appreciate that, bruh. Appreciate that, bruh. You already know.
Oh, say less.
My man had a dookie baby. He said he was born again, dog.
That once we did this, I was born again. This sounds crazy, but this is the absolute truth. He said that I was born again. He would remind me of that through the years.
Following being born again, Rooney
he said he baptized that ass.
Contends that his sodomitic relationship with Peterson went on for roughly 10 years.
Ugh.
Until Rooney decided
10 years of getting backdoored by Jessee Lee Peterson is crazy. That's crazy, allegedly.
to come clean to his wife and son.
My son was really angry. My son was mostly angry at me.
See, and this is why I believe it, because he told his wife and son. You know them. Oh, man. That's crazy. This man straight told on himself. The guilt was eating him up. When you tell your wife and son, that's a different area. Like, you tell your wife first. So your son comes in the room and your wife's crying. She don't want nothing to do with you. She ain't never giving you no head no more. She ain't never sucking. Come on, bro. It's over. It's over. Then your son comes to, Dad, why is mommy crying? Why is mommy crying? Yo, Dad, what's wrong with mommy? Did something happen to grandma? No, your grandma's fine. Your grandma's fine. Son, sit down. You know, me and Uncle Jessee, we're really good friends. Okay. Still good friends, still great friends. You know, this friendship been going on for 10 years. And you know, it got a little deeper. What do you mean, Dad? I mean that, you know, when two people are really good friends and remember the birds and you remember the birds and the bees. Yeah. The birds and the bees, even though birds can't fuck bees and bees can't fuck birds. But hey, birds and the bees, right? You remember the birds and the bees. Yeah, well, Jessee and Daddy did the birds and the bees. And we had a dookie baby. And I got monkeypox. I gave it to your mama. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm OD on this shit. But yo, come on, dog. These niggas over here passing monkeypox and shit. Like, damn. For 10 years, Jessee Lee Peterson has had a monkeypox dick, allegedly. 10 years. Hey, shout out to 21 Studios in the building. Hey, shout out to y'all for this production. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, y'all went hard on this one. Okay? Y'all went hard on this. I ain't gonna cap. But dog, they had a dookie baby. He got monkeypox dick. And they've been doing it for 10 years. You tell your son, and listen to how his son reacted, because this is wild. This is crazy.
Because he had Jessee on such a pedestal. My son had Jessee on such a pedestal, he literally thought Jessee could walk on water. We got on a phone call. We talked to Jessee. And as soon as we brought it up with my son on the phone call, Jessee denied it. And I said, Jessee, you're a liar. You're lying. You know you're lying. And he finally came out and admitted to my son that he did that.
Rooney late.
Wow. Damn. So Jessee Lee Peterson denied it at first, and then he told the son. So he fucked the father, told the son that his father swallowed his Holy Ghost. Amen.
Later moved to Florida to get away from Jessee. But according to Rooney, Jessee couldn't handle the relationship ending, offering him several bribes to get him back to LA. It's typical for homo predators to try and cover their tracks using a cornucopia of strategies to shut people up. In the case of Father DeLand, it was now deceased Saginaw Bishop Joseph Sistone, who remained silent on DeLand's abuse for years. While serving as an auxiliary bishop in Philadelphia in 1994, Sistone allegedly watched as documents containing names of up to 64 suspected sex abusers were shredded, earning him the nickname Bishop Shredder among the U.S. bishops. According to Rooney, for Jessee and those loyal to him, the strategy was to bully and silence all victims and witnesses speaking up.
So there's obviously an exerted effort to compare Jessee Lee Peterson to this Catholic priest. The thing about the Catholic priests, they were definitely dealing with underage. I don't know if that one per se. I don't know much about that dude, but from what I understand, they were dealing with a lot of underage kids, which is crazy. The first accusations sound like a consensual relationship. A consensual homosexual relationship, but it was, you know, they was both with it and they were both consenting adults. Okay. But this is wild. That's one accusation down. We still don't have any solid, like, dick in the booty evidence, right? But to me, it's like, why would a grown man lie? and embarrass yourself, men don't usually speak up about these things. Look, if a nigga went to prison and he got fucked in the ass, most of the time he's taking that to the grave. He's not telling anybody. Okay. So I think it was credible, especially how closely connected he was to Jessee Lee Peterson, and the son confirmed it. So all of this is alleged still, but it's looking kind of hazy.
Yes, he did throw me under the bus, basically, and other people that did anything like that, and still does. If anybody comes up with it, they'll keep anybody off the air.
You're talking about other victims?
Well, other victims. And he'll make sure that if anybody talks about these things, calls up his show or does anything like that, they were not going to get through on his show.
Patrick explained how easy it was for Jessee to discredit victims, given Bond's history of seeking out troubled young men.
A lot of the people that Jessee brings around him are troubled young men, right? Have drug problems, right? Some of them been in jail. So it's pretty easy to discredit a guy who's been on drugs, maybe in jail or something like that. It's pretty rotten thing to do.
Beginning last November, Rooney began writing a collection of blog posts hinting at Jesse's predation, leading him to a shocking discovery.
After I published these articles, I found out from a young man, a very credible young man, that Jessee was fooling around with this young man.
That young man was 30-year-old Samuel Arambula.
So he's 30. It's a grown-ass man. I'm 27. And there's no way no nigga could ever, try me on some, hey, bro, you trying to, fuck no. You know what I mean? We might have to pull a Virginia, what that nigga did in Virginia Tech, where he got finessed by the transformer and then he spun the block. It'll be that type of situation. You know what I mean? If a motherfucker tried to put their hands on me, shit like that, if they was on some gay shit, of course I'm gonna be like, nah, bro, brush it off my shoulder. Hey, bro, you know what I'm saying? Fuck on with that shit. But if a motherfucker really tried to put hands and feet, then it's finna be ugly. It's finna be ugly.
A more recent member of Bond and Jesse's latest known purported victim.
I started going to Bond around May 2020.
2020.
This was during the coronavirus lockdowns, everything. As soon as they
God dang, and they got 4 white dudes straight telling on this man, dog. How many of that's crazy. So Jessee Lee Peter, he likes snow bunnies. He liked them snow bunnies, bruh.
they opened back, they were doing live broadcasted no in-person church for 2 months or 2 weeks or something like that. But as soon as it opened up, I went. That was May 2020. Jessee, what he likes to do in the church is he goes around first-timers. He goes around first-timers and says, introduce yourself. What's your name?
So we got a second person coming out. Guys, I'm going to ask in the poll, do you think these allegations against ALP are true? Allegedly. All right. Let's ask a question. All right. Let's ask a question. Do y'all think it's true? Me personally, I'm leaning toward it sounding true. It's sounding very credible. They got multiple people. Like I said, this is highly embarrassing to even admit that a dude tried you, let alone was smashing you for 10 years. Now, he could be a begrudging ex. He could be upset about how their relationship ended, but that still doesn't, deny the fact that they were allegedly smashing. Okay? And I'll tell you one thing. There is no way in hell any nigga could come out and say that I fucked them. That wouldn't even be a possibility. Okay? Or even be able to tell a story. So when you have multiple dudes coming out, that shit changes the game.
Your name, you know, how'd you find us? Where are you here? The first thing I said, my name is Samuel, and I'm here because, you know, you helped me a lot. I went and forgave my mom. I went and forgave my dad. I had a lot of anger, and I just dropped that, and I feel way better now. I'm really, you know, growing, and I want to thank you for it.
Among him are 3 other alleged witnesses and victims who also chose to tell their stories. Samuel began his relationship with Jessee professionally, washing cars for him and doing other cleaning work at what they call the Bond House. The Bond House is where Jessee and several of his male staff currently live. And
guys, like the video. Like the video. We got 105 likes, 137 people watching. Like the video. Y'all getting this real nigga breakdown by Jenquavius himself.
And when Samuel began opening up to Jessee about his past, things got personal.
I was molested as a boy, so I was like, Jessee, what do I do? Like, this is weighing heavy on me. What should I do? He said, forgive him. It's in the past. Our relationship progressed slowly, closer and closer. I didn't suspect anything weird of it. There were certain times where he began hugging me where I was like, whoa, I've never been hugged by a man.
Hugging a grown man who's not your family is crazy. I'll dap you up. Yo, what's good, brother? Take you in, you know what I'm saying? Give you the dap, the handshake with the, with the extended wrist and then the hand on the back. But it's going to be a split second. Yo, what's good, brother? Boom, boom. Tap your back and then we gone. Okay?
What was this? But I was like, this is, I guess, he would just tell me like, I just love you. So I'm like, okay, I guess I love you too.
But
saying I love you too to another man is crazy.
Much like with Patrick Rooney, Samuel states things went from casually close to mortally sinful.
So Friday afternoon, evening, I go to Jesse's house and I am sitting in his couch, relaxing. I'm kind of avoiding the LA traffic at the peak hour. So it's a good deal. And I get to stay somewhere with someone that I respect, friend. So then by this point, we're already real comfortable with like hugging and all that stuff, just hugging for long periods of time. I thought nothing weird of it. I guess my guard had already been let down completely.
Like I said, hugging another man, a grown-ass man who is not your family is wild. That's wild.
So I'm sitting in this couch, he kneels down in front of me, and then he wraps himself around his arms around my waist. And
what? He said this nigga kneeled down to give him some top and hugged his legs, nigga. Do you know what that looks like?
I am a nurse.
A nurse?
Yes.
Beta! Groomer, are you the head of your wife?
I like to think that we're equal.
Are you the head? Beta!
I am no. I'm an alpha.
Not if you think you and your wife are equal. Beta!
Oh, because I tell you why.
Beta!
And my stepmom thought I was getting an attitude, and she got really mad that I said that to her. And so not even like 2 minutes later, my dad called me.
Beta!
I told my dad.
Oh, poor daddy feelings hurt.
Poor.
Beta!
Did you think I'm a beta? Did you think I'm a beta? Did you think I'm a beta?
Manhood hour.
That's some beta ass shit to get on your knees for another man. And hugging another man's legs is crazy. These are all allegations. This is all alleged.
I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird, but I'm like, Jessee, why are you doing that? He's like, I just love you so much. And I'm like, okay, I guess. I was just like this. So then he starts rubbing my thighs. And I'm like, okay, what is he doing? Like, it's kind of crazy. And then he starts rubbing my genital area.
Yeah, there's no way another man could even get on his knees trying to act like he was going to hug my legs. Nigga, I'll knee you in the fucking face. So this guy, like, he was molested as a kid, I feel bad for you and all that type of shit. But it sounds like he was probably still, battling with his sexuality, because there's no way, like, if a dude tried to, like, act like he was gonna give a nigga some head. Like, I can't even say me, but if there would be knees to the face. There's no way that a nigga is even touching my legs.
And I'm like, what's happening right now? And then he
said, "You finna get some head." That's what's happening.
He pulls down my pants, and then I'm like, I'm shocked. I'm not saying anything. I'm like, my face is like, whoa, what the hell is happening right now?
From there, Jessee instructed Samuel to go into his so-called meditation called the silent prayer.
Wow. This nigga told this is a grown-ass man who has a silent prayer. You know, shout out to all my prayer warriors out there, but the silent prayer is crazy. Let me go to my silent prayer. What the fuck? Yeah, I mean, like, golly, this is wild. This is crazy. From going down to hugging the nigga's legs to telling this nigga to go to his silent prayer. This nigga pulled out a daily bread. This man pulled out a daily bread. Let me do my silent prayer real quick while I get some head.
Jessee instructed Samuel to go into his so-called meditation called the silent prayer.
And he's like, doubt all thoughts. All thoughts are lies. Everything Satan is telling you is a lie. And I'm like, okay. But inside it's telling me, hey, this is not good. What are you doing? What are you allowing him to do?
Samuel describes Jessee abusing the supposed meditative state, trying to convince Samuel to ignore the traumatic sexual experience occurring.
It went on for a few minutes. He would get up, walk away. I could hear him. I couldn't see him. Get up. He would get up, walk away. I could hear him get up, walk away, touch it, get up, walk away, touch it.
No, and you stood there and let this nigga get up, walk away, touch your dick, get up, walk away, come back and touch your other. Like, what the hell is going on?
And I was like, what the hell's going on? So then I opened my eyes, and then I'm like, what just happened?
Another alleged victim was Trayvon Chapman, who in 2015 told his friend, now 43-year-old Armand Martikian, that Jessee molested him.
And the fact that they used Trayvon's picture, like accusing a brother, this is why I believe it too. Because accusing a nigga, like even them throwing his face in this documentary and he ain't spin the block, lets me know that he gave them consent to use his image. And, you know, he wanted his story out there because he didn't want it to happen to other people. That's what it seemed like, because if you accuse a nigga, you could get killed for accusing a nigga of being a snitch. Look at Nipsey Hussle. And you could get killed for accusing a nigga of being gay, even if he is gay. Like if he's a gay street nigga and like you're the only one who knows he's gay, or maybe a few people kind of know that he's gay or whatnot. They even said Alpo Slick might have been suspect. I mean, they'll kill you over accusations like that. So I believe bruh. You know what I mean? Especially if he's letting them use his image. It's crazy.
His friend, now 43-year-old Armand Martikian, that Jessee molested him.
The first thing came out of his mouth that Jessee's homosexual. And I say, you know, you can't be saying this, you know, like he's all against it. He's a, you know, straight conservative man who, you know, this is like what you're saying is bizarre, you know, doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it kind of struck me as a truth. What this guy was saying, he was explaining the incidents, like certain acts that they would do. They had some nicknames. Jessee had nicknames, you know. Say, instead of telling what the act is, he named it oral massage, according to Trayvon.
Oral massage. God damn. That's wild.
Let me see down there, pointing at my...
On began questioning.
It went to Jessee. I said, Jessee.
Hold on, let's go back.
Say, instead of telling what the act is, he named it oral massage, according to Trayvon.
Armand tried to tell Jessee what Trayvon said, and he just dismissed it.
I went to Jessee. I said, Jessee, I bumped into Trayvon, and he was talking bad things about you. The moment I said that, his first response was, oh, he's on drugs.
Damn. So they're dismissive. Like, there's no way word's gonna get back to me that, hey, somebody said that you tried to suck their dick. And nigga, I'm who said that? We finna go find them and have a conversation, because you ain't finna be lying on me like that. That's crazy. But that's not what Jessee did. He said, oh, he's on drugs. Like, nah.
When he said he's on drugs, shivers went down my spine. Like, uh-oh, aren't you going to ask what he said about me?
Right.
Trayvon has since disappeared. None of the men have any idea of his current whereabouts, though they assume he's still somewhere in LA.
I mean, he's probably still on drugs. So he could be lying. That's a drug addict, and it's word of mouth, so it could be a lie. But you got one dude who was totally sane, a 30-year-old bald man, said that this man wrapped his arms around his legs and touched his dick while telling him to do the silent prayer. Then you have a guy who said they was fucking for 10 years.
After this encounter, Armand began questioning his own relationship with Jessee.
And then I had a flashback. Back in the day, it was such an insignificant thing that it never stayed in my memory, but for some reason, the flashback had, when I was in a private counseling, he kind of gestured me, let me see down there, pointing at my, referring to my, down there as in my privates. Not knowing what was about, I'm at very late teens at that moment, like kind of got tricked into it, pulled my pants forward where he kind of looked at it. But at the same time, I'm thinking like, maybe he's trying to see if I'm shy. He's trying to help me overcome shyness.
What the fuck? So he said he was a teen. He said he was a late teens? That's what he said? Right, hold on.
Kind of got tricked into it, pulled my pants forward where very down there as in my privates. Not knowing what was about, I'm at very late teens at that moment, like kind of got tricked into it.
So he's late teens. I mean, even in my late teens, ain't no nigga finna touch my fuck. You got me fucked up.
Pull my pants forward where he kind of looked at it. But at the same time, I'm thinking like, maybe he's trying to see if I'm shy. He's trying to help me overcome shyness, because I was a little shy. I didn't know what to make of it. I remember saying, if somebody sees us from outside, they're going to think we're gay, I said. Later, I looked back, thought that the fact that I said, if somebody sees us, they're going to think we're gay, he kind of probably thought that, okay, he's too aware, I'm not going to advance any longer.
Former bond house manager, 50-year-old Robert Santner, alleges he witnessed similarly strange behavior in 2021 between Jessee and current bond producer James Hake.
Guys, we have 67 votes on the poll, 132 watching. Make sure you vote on the poll. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think these allegations are true? Do you think they're false? All of this is alleged. It sounds very much true. To me, these guys are really telling a story. It could be a story, right? But there's so much. They're painting a picture, man, and it's very connected. And a lot of these situations that Jessee Lee Peterson is allegedly involved with, it sounds very consistent in the way that he's approaching these situations. Now, I will say, for all of you guys who are into symbolism, they have like the portal, the hand portal. They have the hand portals right here, so this could be some Illuminati shit. Right? We got two people with the hand portals, so it could be some Illuminati takedown bullshit. I'm still holding out hope. But this is wild.
What I witnessed, him and Jessee were hugging each other intensely, rubbing each other's shoulder down stuff, and he came to a point where I actually saw him kissing him on the cheek and stuff on the hallway, and talking all kinds. I can't remember what the words he said, but there were a lot of giggling in the hallway in his James room.
Kissing another man on the cheek is crazy. I'll say that. That's wild.
And then there was even one time that just really shocked the living hell out of me. Is I went to the laundry room stuff. I mean, after I took the laundry out, and then when I got out, and there was a door open in Jesse's room, and there I saw Jessee was sitting in the bed, and while James Hake was wrapped around bed sheets, completely around like a burrito with his head sticking out. And Jessee was like embracing him and hugging him and stuff, and then kissing him on the forehead.
All right, that's gay as hell. And he's saying that he saw this with his own eyes. He's saying that he saw this with his own eyes. Hey. They got you on the fence, Jessee Lee Peterson. I'm curious to see what if he's gonna address. If he doesn't address it tomorrow on his live, I believe it. Okay. If he doesn't go 100% debunk mode, y'all know how like Fresh and Fit, they've been doing like the debunk videos, and they'll like do hours of debunking and shit like that, whatever. If he don't go, he don't have to be on there for hours, but if he doesn't at least go through this video and point out the lies, then ooh. So let's see what the poll is talking about. We have 72 votes on the poll. Let's get it to 100 votes, guys. Let's get the poll to 100 votes, guys. We got 72 votes so far. Let's get the poll to 100 votes. We got 60-40 so far. So if you guys are on Jessee Lee Peterson's side, y'all better start hitting that no, he's a Christian vote. Because he finna lose if if we end this shit and he, you know what I mean? The poll is this is the jury now. Y'all gotta understand, this is the jury. All right, so we making our decision based off of this. Yeah, I mean, because I trust y'all judgment. Y'all watching it with me, I'm watching it, y'all watching it. You know, this is too many white men coming together and saying that he fucked them or try to do some goofy shit with him.
And I was like, hey, are you all right?
Hake, to this day, is an ardent defender of Jessee and his ministry, essentially helping him ostracize all the men accusing Jessee of homo predation. Santner also described an incident where Jessee attempted grooming him to see if he was a homosexual.
Uh-oh.
Like there was one night, okay, I was all by myself. It was like...
So the grooming terminology is kind of off to me, because grooming, in my opinion, I guess it can imply, well, I mean, I guess you can groom anyone, but it's associated to like underage. I mean, if a nigga asks you if you gay and you say no, and then he keep trying, then I would say it's grooming. But if a nigga is gay and he shoots his shot, you know, me personally, I wouldn't react in a crazy way. I'd be like, nah, you gay as hell. And just keep it moving. I probably wouldn't hang out with him no more. No disrespect to my gay niggas, but yeah, I mean, we just ain't out here like kicking it. Yeah, I mean, like I can say what's up, whatever, boom boom bap. And you know, I've even like walked through some like gay bars like with a chick or whatnot, and it do be weird in there. And then and like a lot of the gay bars, they have like some real blasphemous shit, like oh da 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 da, like Jesus glory hole, all types of weird shit. Okay, so I'm not one of those dudes who are like, oh, homophobic and I can't be around gay people at all and whatnot. Like, I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? As long as y'all don't touch me with that bullshit, then I'm good. Okay. As long as I don't get monkeypox, I'm good. But what Jessee Lee Peterson is being accused of, he definitely crossed the line, if this is true, allegedly.
Santner also described an incident where Jessee attempted grooming him to see if he was a homosexual.
Like there was one night, okay, I was all by myself. It was like late at night after I came home from work. I was in the kitchen, you know, doing my own thing and stuff. And then suddenly there was Jessee appeared on the doorway, leaning against the doorway with his hand underneath his underpants. And he was like,
now I will say, I mean, if y'all saw that Kia Boys documentary that I did, niggas be chilling with their hands in their pants on the block because they got a strap. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gay if you got your hands in your pants chilling. You know what I mean? Because niggas be doing that shit. Like, you know, they be on the block and they be like hands in the pants and whatnot. And yo, what's good? Like, you know what I mean? What's good, son? They be having full on conversations with their hands in their pants. It looks funny. It looks crazy, but that is swag to certain people. Okay. So like being on the block posted with your hands in your pants is swag to certain people. So, you know, I just want to point it out and be fair. Okay, because I do be seeing niggas on the corner with their hands in their pants and they not necessarily gay. They just may be holding a strap in their pants.
the doorway with his hand underneath his underpants. And he was like slowly massaging himself and was giving me a look. And
all right, now that's gay.
And I turned around and says, "What the heck are you doing?" And he was like giving me a smile and giggle and stuff, and then walked away.
Wow. That sounds like some quagmire, like some gay quagmire shit.
Another witness is Martin Francis, who's largely been leading the charge against Jessee's purported homopredation. He describes himself as one of Jessee's best friends. You may recognize Francis from a video with Jessee arguing with a Univision reporter at a Prop 187 rally in Los Angeles in 1996.
And that man still got that dent in his head. He need to put some damn vitamin E oil on that shit.
A rally opposing the flood of illegal aliens entering the state.
Are you all right?
Are you okay? Oh, I'm feeling better than ever.
I ain't gonna lie, the way he just said, "Are you okay?" That shit sounded very sus.
Hey.
Are you all right?
Are you okay? Oh, I'm feeling better than ever.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right.
Are you racist?
Am I what?
What are you think that these people now? Why you stay here?
Are you racist? Am I racist?
Yeah.
No, I'm not a racist. Why do you ask that?
But since learning of Jessee's dark secret, Francis has led several protests against Peterson's homosexuality outside of the Bond studio.
So he used to be with him, and now he's not. Looks like Jessee was burning a lot of bridges with this gay shit.
Jessee was confronted by him several times this year and refused to address any of the accusations of him preying on young men at Bond. Here's a video of Francis from March, facing off with him.
Caught that nigga at the post office.
At what appears to be the post office across the street from the Bond studio.
Oh, that's nice. He wants me to tell them how I was sleeping with my brother's wife. That's fine. But Jessee.
So he smashed his brother's wife. That takes a shot at his credibility. Let's be fair. You know, he a shiesty ass nigga. But he caught him lacking at the post office. Let's go.
Why will you not speak on your homosexual behaviors?
Francis confronted him again in the back of the building with Armand Martikian in February, capturing it all on video.
Jessee Peterson, I've known you for 25 years personally. Will you come? See, he's not coming over to me. Will you at least stand there where you feel safe and talk to me? Stand up on your porch with the door open and shout out to me. Why won't you talk to me? I've known you for 25 years. I've accused you of heinous things, and you will not talk to me. You coward.
Francis admits there were also a few clues that should have revealed Jessee was a homosexual long before he ever found out.
He wanted to see if I was willing.
He did not age well.
To have a homosexual relationship with him, of course, because that's what he was all about. He was about putting out feelers there and seeing who he could have sex with. And it didn't work with me because I had not been molested as a boy. And so eventually I told him, "Look, Jessee, I'm just an angry guy and I don't like these long hugs and all this stuff we're doing, you know, at night."
And did he stop?
There's no way a nigga could hug me, like, period. Unless, like, my nigga was breaking down, like his homie just got killed, and I'm just like, "Yo, bruh, you know what I'm saying? No homo. I got you, bruh." That's the only scenario I could think of.
where he would come into my bed and just lay with me. You know.
Wow. A grown man laying with another grown man is crazy. If you got in my bed as a grown man, you getting your ass beat. Pause.
I'm just an angry guy, and I don't like these long hugs and all this stuff we're doing, you know, at night.
And did he stop?
Where he would come into my bed and just lay with me. You know.
He would come into your bed and just lay with you?
Yes. And at one time even like put his hand underneath my underwear.
See, these niggas, they slick gay too, because there's no way another man could even get in my bed. Shout out to Performer 20 with the $5 super trap. He says, wow, just wow. My man JLP going outside, drop a super trap. Y'all, this stream is too spicy.
Oh, say less.
To go toward my genitals, right? He never got there because he could see I wasn't getting excited. So he never got there. He just like at the edge, you know, because you got to invite the vampire in, is what they say in the vampire movies. And it's sort of true with even psychic vampires like Jessee. And so he would do those kind of tricks.
He tried to justify letting that nigga touch him. Oh, you got to let the vampire in. Get the fuck out of here. Ain't no damn vampire getting my ass. Fuck that.
Never got there. He just like at the edge, you know, because you got to invite the vampire in, is what they say in the vampire movies. And it's sort of true with even psychic vampires like Jessee. And so he would do those kind of tricks or put his hand around my back and up on my chest and be hugging and all that kind of stuff just to see if maybe I could get, and asking me if how does it feel, and it feels good, right, and all that kind of stuff. And I would meekly answer, yeah, it feels good, but only because when you're under that kind of pressure, you just give the answer that he wants, but you're really like wanting to get the heck out of there. You're like ready to fly out of there like a bat out of hell.
Jessee appears to have used every dirty trick in the book to silence him, allegedly trying to have Francis arrested for violating an unserved restraining order.
I will go back to Phoenix and chill out with the relatives like I was.
Shout out to Sebastian Kim with the $9.99 super trap. He says, you know, one of these dudes sitting there bricked up listening to this story right now.
Oh, say less.
Right. I mean, and all of this is alleged. This is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's false. Me personally, though, like I said, I'm still standing on it. I think that like guys are not going to come out and say no bullshit like this and talk about getting piped down by another man, getting tried by another man. I just don't see this many guys coming out and oh, I was a victim of, you know what I'm saying? Dudes don't usually do that. Alexander Barron with the $3 euro says, do you believe this ? Like I said, he always has some sweet tendencies. To me personally, I didn't really watch him that much, but you know, 21 Studios, they had him on their 21 convention. So for them to me, it seems like they're cleaning house, because if they had him on the 21 convention, right, and then they expose him for being suspect, wouldn't that mess with their credibility? So they have to believe it, right? They have some strong convictions that, hey, this shit is really true. So it just doesn't make sense for them to out somebody who they actually had on their platform. You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense, okay? And they believe in the same thing. Like Jessee Lee Peterson talks about beta and, you know, does manosphere talking points and whatnot. So to me, it seems like they're cleaning house. They're making shit like they've done this with other content creators. I'm not going to mention certain ones, but they've been beefing with other content creators who weren't congruent in what they were saying. Like I said, some of these content creators dating fat bitches. Some of these content creators can't really prove that they done got bad bitches, and so on and so forth. They coming up with like text messages from I don't know, 1975 and shit like that. Like, so it looks like they are cleaning house and clearing the flock of the people that they deem or see or feel that weren't congruent. And I just think that it shows that they have some type of credibility because they're basically saying, hey, we had this guy on our platform. I mean, can you really vet somebody that thoroughly? It looks like they're saying, hey, it was a mistake, you know, by them putting out this video on their platform. I know this isn't the video that they created, but by them sharing the video, to me, that gives it credence, because why would you expose people who you aligned with, right? That's just me.
Was doing before, and I'll be back on the 25th.
25th.
Yeah.
For you, this is in the envelope today.
Yes. Yes. If it was already served, you had already seen this, you would be wanting to go.
Church militant asked every single victim and witness if they thought Jessee would continue sexually preying on men, and they all had the same answer.
Well, yeah.
I would say yes.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind.
There's no doubt that there's current victims.
I think for sure.
Jessee allegedly accuses these men of harassment, but some members of his own congregation disagree, like former bond house tenant Fabian Asensio.
Harassing is just an excuse for, trying to shut people down.
And all these people who they're talking about have been connected. I know that the bald-headed dude, Samuel, was definitely on the show, and then a guy who had been with him for years. Look, guys, men don't usually come out and say that they were touched by another man. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
Bond has been a nonprofit church for all these years. He's lied and collected a lot of money from that church, from people saying that,
So 21 Studios is in the chat. If this is the real 21C, he said, I confirmed 100% Jessee Lee Peterson is a homo predator and male groomer. I'm ready and willing to go to court over it. So these motherfuckers, they ready to go. They ready to go over this shit, bro. Like I said, this documentary, like I said, most men don't really come out. This documentary, you got grown ass men talking about they fucked another man or got tried by another man or even had their dick touched by another man. That's crazy. So men don't usually do this. That's why I'm kind of leaning toward, I honestly, he seemed kind of suspect to me, for real. Cyrus Cherry says this guy should have picked a liberal grift. You see, Don Lennon's scandal got swept under the rug. Black gay famous men are gods in the community.
Oh, say less.
Yeah, and that's a great point. If you are especially if he was a black gay Christian pastor and openly with that shit, because let's keep it a buck. Is he married? Is he married? I've never seen him with no bitch. Honestly. And I mean, you got 333,000 subscribers. He getting hella views. He getting some type of money. So me personally, you'll see me with one or two. You feel me? I ain't seen him with one, honestly. So it's tough. Oh, they saying he divorced, he has a son. Okay. So, okay. Maybe he's bi. Who knows? But I'm just saying it's alleged. I kind of believe it. It looks like the poll is damn near deadlocked. Guys, vote on the poll. And then I'm going to also take some StreamYard calls. I want to see what y'all thinking. A lot of people are saying that it's cap. If you think it's cap, put some caps in the chat. If you think it's true, put some dookie in the chat. Put some shit emojis in the chat if you think it's true. If it's cap, you already know what to do. Put the caps.
He's been a hidden homosexual. There's plenty of evidence for it. There's no reason for us to make up anything. So for someone to be out there in the alley and talking and trying to wake up the employees and say, hey, what are you doing? Why are you still working for this liar? That's totally within our First Amendment rights.
Jim Valerio, longtime donor and friend of Jesse's, also pushed back at his defenders.
And for those of you people who are still supporting this so-called fraudulent, hypocritical, serial predator homosexual, you are going to pay a price for that. That is a stain on your soul when you meet your creator. Period. Cut.
This isn't even the first incident. Jessee was embroiled in a homosexual scandal in October 2020 after his Twitter account liked a gay pornography image.
Now that's wild. This one is wild. His Twitter account liked a gay adult film video. And if you look through Twitter, there is a lot of what they call Twitter after dark. Now it's just like oversaturated with OnlyFans models and shit, right? But I could see him liking, you know, like a bad bitch. Like it's a couple bad bitches on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter that you like, damn, like you see them hoes everywhere and you liking the pictures, just like sliding through. You like, damn, that bitch bad. Like the picture. But to like, there's no way that I would like a fucking suspect OnlyFans link. Now, he could have gotten hacked. He could have got hacked. Okay? He could have gotten hacked. But it's wild that he would like some shit like that. Just saying, he might have been scrolling. He said he doesn't operate his Twitter, though, so who knows?
After the tweet was left up for hours, Jesse's account was immediately locked down and set to private. One caller on his daily JLP show broadcast tried asking him about it, and Peterson hung up on him.
Did you lock your Twitter account because you got caught liking a gay OnlyFans post?
Amazing. Do you think I handle my own Twitter stuff?
Oh, somebody else did it? How come you locked the account?
None of your business. What the? Are you a homosexual or something?
No, but it doesn't really
Why
matter.
are you such a beta male? What, you know all that stuff that's going on is not real, but you being a girl right now. What making you be a girl right now?
There's nothing wrong with it, Jesse.
There's nothing wrong with you being a girl.
They were in.
Goodbye.
So he dropped him. You know, and that's, I mean, he got a little defensive over that. Woo! It's a lot.
On top of those we spoke to, there were several other anonymous alleged victims Church Militant was made aware of, who refused to speak with us per their devotion to Peterson and his so-called ministry. Jessee continues to deny his own actions to his congregants and his fans, shutting down any victims who stand in his way. For Church Militant Special Assignment, I'm Joseph Enders, Detroit.
All right, so that was the documentary, guys. Wow, that was a lot, man. That was a lot. What do we think here? The poll is deadlocked 50-50. Wow. Okay. That is crazy. Okay, so it looks like you guys are going hard for Jessee Lee Peterson, man. Y'all don't think he did this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to invite everybody who wants to, you know, defend or give some claims of maybe what they believe, or maybe even if you got a story, let me know what's going on. In the meantime, guys, hit that Super Trap, hit that PayPal, hit that Cash App. Okay. I pinned the link to the StreamYard in the chat. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. A lot of people in the chat saying they need more evidence. They want pictures. They want videos. They want Jessee Lee Peterson's OnlyFans link. Okay. So they saying in the chat, unless you got the OnlyFans link, then they don't believe it. Okay. So he's got some very loyal, devout followers. So we're going to go to a quick commercial break. I'm going to fill up my water, and then we will be back with it with the guests who want to come on and defend Jesse's honor or bask in his demise.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/blackgenzmindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dog. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo.
Whoa.
Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit
That's
on.
that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
All right. So we are back. We got some people on the panel who are coming to bat for Jessee Lee Peterson, or, like I said, basking in his demise. So let's add these brothers on here. So we got the Dark Man London, RW, and Peps. What do you think, Dark Man London? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's false? What's going on?
Fine. If I sound a bit odd, I've been ill for the past week. I would require a lot of evidence for Jessee.
Okay.
I mean, I don't go too far into this, but you remember the Cosby smears, the Bill Cosby allegations?
Yeah, Cosby. Okay.
They're all false, every single one.
You think all the Cosby allegations are false?
Every single one.
Wow.
It's based on one lie, one ambiguous incident with a white lesbian, and Gloria Allred built a whole. It's all. I made a documentary on it. Check out the 5 bad acts of Gloria Allred. Jessee, I can't see it. I can't see him, deliberately liking a homosexual porn video on Twitter. I mean, why would you do that?
I don't know. Maybe he was just scrolling and he seen some butt and his finger just tapped it. Okay, so let's get Peps in here. The Dark Man London say he don't believe Jessee Lee Peterson gay or Cosby did that shit. So Peps, what you thinking?
Man, I listen to his show every morning, and that Mexican guy, I can't believe it because he used to be friends with him, and I could see him falling off and just being on some hater stuff, the Mexican dude, and then the other white guy, he's the only one giving allegations, and then all the stuff Jessee says about the fags is true, so I can't picture him being a fag. So that's me,
Okay. RW, what you think?
Well, it's a difficult situation. Hello, everybody. By the way, I've been subbed to Jessee for quite a while with a lot of other Black conservatives, and I know there's a lot of hate to Black conservatives, obviously to us whitey conservatives. So I don't know. I need to see more evidence before I judge totally. It could be bullshit. we're not being I can't cuss, right?
Oh no, you good.
I don't know. I mean, there needs to be more evidence, more videos. It's everything is hearsay because I mean, Tatum just got hate the other day by another black conservative. Why can't we
What they say about him?
conservatives,
What they say
black or
about him?
white, get along? Squash everything. Well, besides, they said, well, besides, the whole coon thing. But if you're a black conservative, you get called a coon anyway, because I get called a white supremacist, right? So, check Ricky Manor's channel out. They said he's capping for the white people and this and that. And I know we know Tatum is all about police and this and that, and he has his reasons. I get it. I don't agree with everything that Tatum is, but he was one of the first black conservative channels I subscribed to, and I found AOC and I found ABL and Hood Conservative and Joel Davis Media, and I got to know these guys a lot, very well. But I don't know. I got to wait for more evidence to come out on Jessee. I don't know. It's a difficult situation, and more proof needs to come out because anybody can point the fingers. They can at any kind of YouTuber. They can point the finger at you because you got a YouTube channel. Anybody.
Right.
It's inclusive.
Right.
So,
but
we'll see what happens.
You can't like get
respect.
Okay, yeah, appreciate it, bro. My thing is, you can't get like 6 men to come out and say that we was doing some weird shit. But anyways, let me read this super trap. Sebastian King puts $19.99 on the super trap. He says, one thing that makes me question the legitimacy of this story is the constant stalking the white guy did. If I see my abuser on the street, I'm fighting him on site. I would not be doing surprise gotcha journalism. What about you? Some people handle their situations differently. A lot of people, especially like when they have been sexually abused, their reaction to their abuser is not violence. Okay. So in a lot of situations, it's not violence. So, I can't really say, oh, if a nigga, I've never been touched, I've never been violated in that way. So I can't really say how I will react. But respect to Hassan Campbell, obviously he was in some situation like that. I don't know the details, but he was in a situation like that, and he said that he didn't want any smoke for the guy that touched him, the what is his name, African Bambaataa, that touched him. He didn't want no smoke for him. So you never know how people react. But this shit is crazy. So we got Cootie and Googs in the building. Hey, if you're not talking, just mute up for me. But what's good, Cootie? What's good, Googs?
What's good, man?
So what do you think about this Jessee Lee Peterson
What's up,
situation?
Black Gen?
What up, bro? You think he did it?
I'm gonna be honest. I really wasn't like I heard of him, but I really never really listened to his content. Like I heard clips of his content from other people in their channel. So I really can't like talk for any character like what I've seen because I really didn't watch him. So I was just more surprised because with 21 Studios, it's like the third motherfucker that they didn't had and being like, oh, this nigga, something wrong with him type stuff. So that's why I just paid attention.
Hold on, who are the other two people that they did?
Rolo, Donovan.
Okay.
It was somebody else, I think. What's the dude that was cooking with his wife?
Lucario
Murphy. No.
Oh shit.
I think his name was Jack. It was they didn't have a couple of speakers that they didn't have to talk against because they like came out with some stuff. So that's why I just paid attention because I watched their channel actually, or I used to watch it more like when I was like in high school, 21 Studios. So to be honest, the clip on his show makes it like for me being unbiased, like that clip makes it look bad when dude called in and he was like, "Oh, are you a beta male?" Then he hung up. Like, even if he didn't do it, that clip just looks bad.
Yeah, to me, it's like, yo, I mean, if you're not gay, then it really wouldn't even brush me. Like, I could have the conversation. Like, if a motherfucker, hey, Gen Z, I think you're gay because this and the third, I could have the conversation and be like, yeah, I mean, I'm not fucking gay. So, I mean, unless you got a nigga who's saying that we fuck, then you don't really have shit. But there are a couple people saying that one guy saying that they fucked, and then another guy saying that he touched his dangling. So,
and to your point, it's very hard to, for whatever monetary reasons or clout, it is very hard to get dudes to say that another dude touched some type stuff.
Right.
Like,
that's
especially like me thinking about that, not saying like that automatically proves guilt, but that is something that you just normally don't say.
Right. So,
But
I mean,
you see, Jessee,
what up? Go ahead.
you see, they hate him because they hate him so much. So people are gonna come out the woodwork. Like, we got to see the proof, because that white boy used to be his friends. And what I noticed is that a whole bunch of like Young Dolph said, that nigga you smoking with really your enemy. So basically, your friends turn into your enemies later. So those guys are close to him. Like all five of those guys are close to him. So I can picture some shit like that. And then they get collude together, and since the church militant, they're Catholics, and us Christians, we think they blasphemous and they full of shit and they hate us. So they like trying to smear us, and they know he be speaking the truth on Catholics because they Bible thumpers and they hate that. So that's why, like,
I mean, is he really a Christian though? Because I mean, you can't really fuck up the story of Christ, right? And he said that Christ's spirit rose, but no, it was the story is that Christ died, and on the third day he rose from the dead. He rolled over his own tombstone, and awoken. So, and he said, "Oh, his spirit froze." No, I mean the idea is that his whole body rose, and he came back to life. And then he had a whole ministry after he was reborn.
Yeah, I've actually been following up on this Jessee Peterson stuff. I think I actually believe the guys that he does have some homosexual tendencies.
Okay.
Yeah, because it can't be like 5 people from the same organization are claiming something and it's not true. Is it like a conspiracy? Like all of them are just trying to like mess up his name? I don't think so. I think he's probably he used to be, and then now
to get them together.
But why would they do that?
Because they, like I said, a lot of stuff he says is true. What he speaks about black people, about like the fags, and about the Catholics, and he says it raw to your face. And he is from Alabama, so he talks like an idiot. He'll tell you that himself.
Yeah.
But like he says that you can't, like the Catholics read the Bible to the teeth, and we all know the Bible has been tainted over and over again. So
the thing is they're not like slandering what he's saying. They're talking about what he does. They're not saying, oh, right. he's I don't like how he talks about black people. I don't. What?
That's a form of, that's like to discredit everything he says. And
I mean, don't
black
you think
people are not getting him? It's the fags who are doing that right now. You know, like the Catholic priests who really diddle the kids and all that shit. They trying to do that to us, basically. To the Christians, say you guys are this and that. When we all know Catholics believe in so much shit, and that's against the Bible. It says you only believe in God. Jesus is the Son of God, but he's just the Son of God. He's not God. Right. And the Catholics can't go through that. They're when we tell them that, and when we tell them that the Virgin Mary is nobody, she's just a woman who had a divine child, they get all butthurt about that. We just say, us Christians, we say we just pray to God. That's it. There's only one God, and that's it, our Father in heaven. And the Catholics got so many saints, it's stupid. It's like every other religion. They got millions of other things.
Okay. So he went hard on the Catholics, but yeah, I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I mean, have you guys ever had a gay nigga come out and say that y'all fucked them personally?
No, never in my life.
Never in my life. I had a lot of people say a lot of shit on me, but not that I fucked them.
But I'm not a public figure though. But we're not public figures.
Camera. You know what? Coming out on camera.
We're not public figures though.
Yeah, and I hear you. But you know what? There were allegations that Kevin Samuels, RIP to the Godfather, was LGBT. And, you know, they had a picture of him in high school and whatnot, and maybe some like feminine mannerisms that he had. But if he was a huge guy, like there would have been some guys who came out and exposed him, even especially after his death, which would legitimize their claims or delegitimize their claims rather. But, you know, nobody really ever came out, so we know that Kevin was good, like he was 100% straight.
I ain't gonna say that it's impossible that they somehow could have did something like to the dude that was talking point. Like it is possible that, you know what I'm saying, they could have conspired and been like, all right, we want to take down what he's saying. Like I said, I ain't really listened to his stuff before, so when this stuff came out, I wasn't really biased to or for.
Yeah, I just man, it's hard. It's hard. He had a biblical question of the week on May 2nd. He said, "What is in the dark will come to the light." What does that mean? Wow. Okay. Wow. So that is very ironic that he had that post.
All I can say is we have to just wait and see, because like I don't like to judge or say anything or say anything until the proof is right there. And even then, I've seen a lot of stuff like they'll show me a picture and it's doctored, So it's like it's hard to believe a lot of people. And then it is like conspiracies are real. Like me, when I used to be a super burrito gremlin, I used to conspire with a whole bunch of motherfuckers all the time.
Right.
And we conspired all the time. And sometimes on the fly, like I remember when I used to be messing around, like I used to conspire with my boys, like on the fly, like, hey, don't tell her this and that. Like I used to just look at him and like he could tell what not to say. It's like I don't know. Like conspiracy is an easy thing. People want to say it's not. It's hard. How many people? But a lot of people like will get on the thing and then since he is like he's kind of like retarded from Alabama. He'll tell you that himself. He's kind of slow. So a lot of shit he does, you'll perceive it as, what the fuck is this? Is he gay? But he's probably just dumb and slow. But
So let me ask you this. If a nigga was like in your face, got down on his knees and started hugging your legs, what would you do?
I would have punched him, but that's gay as shit. But let's say that didn't happen. Let's say that he just got close to him and hugged him and walked away, and he's adding all that other stuff. How do we know that he's not adding all the other stuff to make it seem real gay, instead of just like, he's weird, You know what I'm saying? Like he could have done some weird stuff, but he would have. He said, I'm gonna add some more shit in here to make it seem like he's gay for sure.
Yeah.
But the dudes who are coming out saying he's gay, they're kind of gay themselves. Because how would you let a man like get in your bed, put his arms around you, do all
they're
that kind of stuff?
They're definitely gay.
Yeah, they have like some homosexual tendencies themselves. But yeah, I believe it, because I've been following up on like Jessee Lee Peterson, and this goes way back to his days when he was a pastor. Like a lot of people have been saying this guy, like he's very aggressive with dudes. So when there's smoke, there's fire. Basically, it can't be like all those years. He's definitely been doing something to make people believe that he has some homosexual stuff with him. So I believe it personally. So
I don't know, but if he is gay, he needs to hurry up and get the hell out of here, because he makes us conservatives who are like me. I'm a conservative from California, so I'm the super minority. I'm out here in Richmond, California.
Me too.
With all the super gremlins, but ironically enough, with all these gas prices, all these motherfuckers are coming along.
You're a conservative in LA?
Nah, in Northern California, in Richmond, California. I'm by Berkeley. I'm by Berkeley.
Hell no.
I'm a conservative in New York, man. I know what you're talking about.
It looks like the poll is turning. Somebody got some echo. You're gonna have to mute up. Yeah, if you're not talking, mute up. But it looks like the poll is turning, y'all. The question was, do you think the allegations against Jessee Lee Peterson are true? After watching the documentary, 46% say yes, 54% say no.
Dang, Mercy turned the tide.
Yeah.
I would have thought it would have went the other way.
They turned the tide, man. They turned the tide. So you got some people who are sticking their necks out for Jessee Lee Peterson, holding out hope. He's going live tomorrow morning, so maybe he will address the situation. Maybe he won't.
He's not gonna address it, bro.
He's not. Yeah.
I've been watching him for a minute. He's never gonna address this ever.
And that tells you something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does.
I mean, you can tell. Like, if you guys watch him, right, when he does his interviews, you know how he already gets down, right? If somebody tries to counter him, he'll just repeat what he said. He's not gonna. He never really come. Like, he always tries to control it.
Yeah, he's not a great debater. He's definitely not a great debater. Might be a great masturbator, but he's a masturbator.
I just want to say why I think that it's most likely not true.
Okay.
I don't think it's. I think there may be a little bit of relevance there. Holy shit, yo! I'm in my front yard. A cat just ran across the street. Whatever.
Scared a little cat?
Nah, bro. This guy was about to hit him. Yo, but I've been watching JLP for maybe, I'd say, like 5 years, right? And he always tells his origin story. You know, he grew up in the segregated South. You know what I mean? You know, he was against the civil rights movement. Like, I just don't see. I mean, I know there's dudes like that can grow up to be homosexual, have homosexual tendencies, but he's been on the same message for so long. You know, I just find it hard to believe that he would be doing some shit like that. But I mean, I don't know what happens when the cameras are off. Like you said, it's just a persona. And I definitely agree that you're not gonna get a dude to come out and just start talking about that shit, yo.
Yeah.
Like,
and all these dudes came out and started talking about the shit, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. Yo, look, just them saying, like, oh yeah, we were giggling, bro. I couldn't say that about me and my boy. Like, no. yo, yeah, me and my boy was just giggling about this. The fuck?
Absolutely not.
That's insane.
Yeah, but me like that he did say that he was in a fallen state, and that when he turned 30 something that he changed his life. So we don't know.
That's a big fact.
From 30 beyond, so he could have been gay.
Yo,
so
that's
all I
fact.
know.
Yeah.
You know, so some allegations could be true, but if he did turn his life around, because, like, you know, God could forgive your ass even if you're gay, and if you did turn around and haven't done no gay shit since whenever the hell, you know, you did all that. So I don't know, like, nothing is impossible, but when that forgiving your mama shit and forgiving your parents, hella works. I'm telling you. That's why I don't know if he's gay, because the shit he says is like, that shit powerful. But I don't know, but gay people can say powerful shit too, you know. So it's like, I don't know, but these allegations, they seem more like a slander to me. Like, they up there, like, this motherfucker owes me money. He didn't want to pay me, so I'm gonna say he's gay. I don't give a fuck. The money's more important than me seeming gay. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
they
man.
might be gay, so they don't give a fuck neither. They're like, I don't give a fuck. I slander him too. You know, he's gay. I need money. Fuck. I mean, I'm gay. I need money. I can say I suck his dick. He suck whatever, and there we go. So
let me ask you a question though. Let me ask you a question though. If it came out to be true, right? If it was a true thing, right?
Right.
Well, does that diminish all of the shit that he said before? All of the principles that he stood on?
It diminishes his
Some
outward,
of them, not all of them, though.
like his opposition to homosexuality. Yeah, it diminishes that, I think.
If he comes out,
it doesn't make it right, but it definitely ruins his argument.
Yep, he's right. Gen Z's right. If it comes out to true that he's gay, a lot of stuff that he said, you could go ahead and throw that out right away. You know, because you cannot say all the shit he said and be gay. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, man. Like, I don't see it being true, because if it is true, I don't see him not, like, he's gonna have to delete himself if it comes out as true, because he's built his whole life around this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's read this super trap. Shout out to Danny Nightblade for the $5 super trap. He says the title of this video should be JLP accused of being a male groomer by Beta Male 21 Studios. No evidence, no case, no credibility. JLP is amazing. So they going hard for JLP in the chat. They don't want it to be true. Even after seeing the documentary, they say that it's no proof. Okay. And they standing on it. They going hard for JLP. So I mean, I feel that. I definitely feel that.
I feel it too, man. Because I mean, as far as the hate for Black conservatives go, you know, what I mean, I watched the whole thing about like Clarence Thomas's confirmation and shit. They put him through the fucking ringer, man, about these sexual allegations and everything like that. And then the guy, I think the dude across the pond, I don't know if he's here in the stream anymore, but he was talking about how Bill Cosby may or may have not have done what he did. There is a documentary that is out that does oppose some of the allegations that were put forth to him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because he was trying to buy a major TV network at the time. I think it was in the 80s, and a lot of the executives didn't like that. You know what I mean? But like I said, I don't know. You know, there's conflicting things here, but you know, the courts are there to decide. You know.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you. Man, it's tough because. Whew, I don't know, man. I don't know. You got these grown ass men coming out. It's a very difficult situation. Who knows what's true, what's false? People saying that it is a hit campaign. The poll is getting a little bit more divided. You got 55% saying nope, he's not gay. 45% saying that he is. So he's definitely got some supporters around this way. If I had to call it, man, I have not seen anything in particular that would make me think that he was gay. But these people talking about he did things with them and whatnot. The guy who he knew for 10 years and was smashing, allegedly, that one is the most credible to me. Plus the bald nigga, he was on the show as well. And I just don't think that when you're that close and connected to somebody, you, out of all things, say that, oh, he was gay.
Yeah.
And he tried me.
But you know what? I feel like if we believe their stories just outright, you know, then we kind of are doing the opposite of the Me Too movement of the believe all women. You don't got to believe all men either. So, you know, it's tricky. Right. Is there any criminal, like, he's not facing any criminal charges? No.
I mean, but all of those instances were pretty much consensual. Like, I mean,
okay.
You know, he had a consensual relationship with the white man for 10 years, and the white man told his wife and his kid. That's what throws me. Like,
yeah, yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. We gotta confirm if you got kids, man.
Yeah, we gotta hit his son up.
Yeah, we gotta confirm he got a wife and kids, bro. Because that shit is crazy. Because I can't go to my daughter and be like that. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
That documentary did not go more deep. When they said that, they should have gone deeper. They should have cut away to the kids and to the mom and been like, so what he said that day, is it true? You know, like, because he could be telling us that for all we know. He could have never said nothing, and right now be funking with his wife and kids, and he don't give a shit what he could say. You know. Yeah. So it's like, I don't know, the documentary, just because it seemed like a 60 seconds doesn't mean it's credible. And just because it has 6 people, you know, doesn't mean it's credible. I want to see like proof video. I want to see
I mean, but can you really ask for videos of him fucking a nigga? Like, can you really ask for that?
I mean, I don't want to see it. What I meaning when I mean video proof, like some concrete proof, you know, because when I mean video, that's, you know, self-explanatory. You're seeing it. Like anything, I don't want to get into detail, but you know, use something and bring his DNA and be like, oh, here, look, I did some homosexual shit. There we go. We know it's for show, you know, but it's none of that. That's why I can't call it. And then he is hella old. I thought gay people, it's for gay shit is for like the younger people. You know?
No, sir. Yo, bro, yo, go down to Hell's Kitchen, bro, in New York City. You'll see what I'm talking about.
It was a lot of shit. It was a lot of gay shit going on in the 70s too.
But I haven't stepped foot in that shit never. So I don't know what they got going on over there. But San Francisco, they just had pride. The Warriors parade was on. It seemed more like a pride parade towards the end. Hella fags everywhere. I was like, oh man, I left right away. I got my kids and got up out of there. But San Francisco ain't gone to shit, man. I ain't gonna lie.
You know, I think it's just gonna. I think that this one documentary is gonna be the only thing that comes out, and then JLP is gonna stay quiet about it, and then it's just gonna be up to his supporters if they want to continue or not, because it could go either way.
Yeah,
no,
if they want to push,
I ain't supporting him. Fuck that. How am I going to help? How am I going to support somebody who's not being vocal about it? You know, if he ain't defending himself, why should we? Fuck that. If he ain't doing it, I ain't doing nothing.
Nah, bro, because I understand what you're saying too, man.
They're lying and they on some shit, and this is why, because they owe me some money, and start spitting facts, you know. And if he says tomorrow, oh, they're just saying some bullshit and that's it, and keeps it moving, that's fishy.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. He's not in my eyes, he's not infallible. So if he stays quiet, he's gonna be a little bit sus in my mind, but I might still watch some of his interviews. You know what I mean?
Yo, shout out to Act Nation News with the $10 super trap. He says, let's just call him Jessee Lee Peterson. Yeah, man. Hey, it's looking wild, y'all. It really is. I don't fuck, man. Because I don't want to just go and call the nigga gay, but those accounts of what he did is wild. Like I said, I've never really seen men come with the whole, you know, oh, we were touched sob story like grown ass men, unless it was on some Catholic priest shit where they were touched when they was 9 years old and they held that story for like 30 years and then came out. But for these grown ass men to just straight up, you know, say, hey, we were touched or whatnot, or we participated in a consensual relationship, that shit is wild to me. That shit is wild to me. And I think that honestly, the production of this documentary, he definitely has to say something about it. I think for me to say, okay, yo, Broom, wash the hands with it. Because if he doesn't say something about it, more people are going to come out. Because there's no way, if he was doing this, there's no way that there weren't more people.
How many subscribers does that channel have? Project 21, I think it is, right?
Studio 21.
Oh, Studio 21, yeah.
It's ran by a little white boy too, who be calling everybody beta, which is funny because he's like a little mini version of Jessee, but just the white version. You know, he be telling, you know, homosexuals bad, you know, conservatism, all just like Jessee. So it's like, it's funny, you know, that he came out with that piece too.
Well, yeah, so they didn't come out with the piece. Apparently there was like some, I don't know, Catholic organization that came out with the piece. But 21 Studios has 380K subscribers. Jessee Lee Peterson has 333,000 subscribers. And like I said, they put out a video on a guy who they had embraced before. That's why it sounds like it really could be real. And he was in the chat. He said he had 100% evidence. I don't know if they're going to like slowly drop more information on it, because now the streets are hungry. We want 100% proof. Like the documentary to the streets, the documentary isn't good enough to sway them, because, you know, Jessee Lee Peterson has a really devoted following. So to the streets, yeah, this documentary cool and all, but in my chat, at least 55% say no, he's still a Christian. He's not gay, this, that, and the third. So shout out to Danny Nightblade with the $45, with the $5 super trap. He says, the same people who believe JLP is a sexual predator are probably the same people who believe President Trump is a racist, gullible, and simple-minded.
I'm a nurse.
A nurse?
Yeah.
Beta! Groomer, are you the head of your wife?
I like to think that we're equal.
Are you the
He's a-
beta?
I am no. I'm an alpha.
Not if you think you and your wife are equal. Beta.
Oh, because I tell you why.
Beta.
And my stepmom thought I was getting an attitude, and she got really mad that I said that to her. And so not even like 2 minutes later, my dad called me.
Beta.
I told my dad.
Oh, poor daddy feelings hurt.
Poor.
Beta.
Since you think I'm a beta. Since you think I'm a beta. Since you think I'm a beta.
Manhood hour.
I wouldn't say that they're necessarily simple-minded if they believe that he's gay, but I think that people are complicated. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you don't know nobody. Everybody that you see on the screen ain't really their authentic
Yeah, you
self.
don't know. You don't know
what I'm
these
saying?
people.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's like almost like when certain females that I know, when they think that Meg Thee Stallion or Nicki Minaj, you know, they think that they're real. That's who they are when they see them on TV. And
right,
you know, I mean, you gotta. It's not as simple as that.
Right. I mean, shit. Anybody else want to come up? Because I see a lot of people in the chat talking about some, oh, it ain't true. Well, shit. Y'all better come up and defend this man. Because I'm trying to figure out like what the streets is thinking. It don't matter what I think. Me personally, it kind of throw me off that it's some grown men talking about we was fucking for 10 years. That's crazy. God damn.
Yo, bro, I thought it was funny as hell when you said, yo, this dude didn't fucking spin the block when he said that he was fucking on him and shit. Like, yo,
No cap.
Yeah, I was like, yo, that's a fact though.
No cap.
I ain't gonna lie. What was that guy's name? Rooney something, right? Rooney.
Yeah, Rooney.
I want to know more like tomorrow Jesse Lee needs to come on and be like, look, man, this is what happened between me and him. This is why he's hating and this and that, or you know,
Yeah.
he was about him specifically because all the other ones are like you know, like whatever. He's the one saying I've been fucking you for 10 years. So he's the guy that we need to be like, okay, well, since you know, you should know more intimate stuff and more stuff about him, and like spill the beans, and if there is beans to spill, and let us know so we could, because man, he's making Christians look real bad, and if he is gay, like they say, because right now he got me. I'm a Christian conservative. He got me thinking that documentary, like man. Because you know, like you said, like how are these people gonna come up and say they gay and telling you know on TV?
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy to me. But like something to me is telling me, man, he's saying is very powerful. So I'm thinking motherfuckers gonna try to find a way to discredit everything he say. So you know, money talks and like I don't know if you know who Tim Pool is. They be swatting his ass all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a form of getting him is, you know, he's gay or trying to. They found somebody say, man, aren't you funky with him? Yeah. Can you say this? Like, oh, they probably found that guy in the gay bar. Made it even easier. They know he was gay, and they're like, hey, you know, just yeah, man, he kicked me out of church because I was gay and I didn't or something.
Right.
But yo, fellas, I gotta say though. Okay, go for it. Bro.
I was just gonna say I'm trying to get Anonymous God on the stream. I don't know if he disagrees or agrees, but you got some echo, Anonymous God. So let me see if you good now. Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Do I got any feedback?
Nah, you good.
All right, for sure. Hey, appreciate you having me on, man. Salute to the panel.
Oh yeah.
As far as JLP is concerned, I've seen. I'm very familiar with him. I don't watch him a lot, but from what I've seen from the guy, he's been pretty consistent, at least with his message and the way that he carries himself. And you know, unless I see some actual receipts, it's just gossip to me.
Okay.
Because because Jesse's at a point where I wouldn't say he's the biggest dude, but he's big enough to ruffle the right feathers. I'll say that. And if you just look at what's going on around this country, and especially with the politics, especially when it comes to, you know, conservative and liberal, religious and non-religious, you know, this battlefield is pretty heated, and the forces that we're up against will pull out all the stops. Like people say, I get where you're coming from when you say it's hard to, get, a certain amount of individuals to line up and say this kind of stuff. But in my opinion, I don't think it's hard at all if you put the right bag in front of them, or if you give them the right incentives.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm saying. It's easy to sell out. We see sellouts every day, and especially like somebody mentioned in the chat Kavanaugh. I mean, how they even let that whole sham go down is, that was disgusting.
The Kavanaugh thing is a little different though, because it was women,
Well,
and
I
usually
get all that,
women
but
are more likely to come out and come together in droves and paint this narrative, especially, I mean, according to the Kavanaugh situation, that bitch ain't even never ever met him like that.
oh yeah, I mean, it was making up stories left and
She
right,
was
but the
straight capping.
whole point of me making that comparison is it's just the accusations, hurling accusations at somebody without any hardcore evidence to actually back that up. Whether that's a female or a male,
right?
It's still the same situation where everything is alleged right now. So, like I said, I don't really have any. I'm not invested in the situation like that, but I do think that Jessee should be afforded the benefit of the doubt. As far as just being fair to the dude. You know what I'm saying? Because I never seen him step out of line with anybody. As far as in this YouTube streets, he's not the type of dude that really goes around starting beefs with people. So I never really seen the dude step out his lane like that. So like I said, until I see some receipts, you know what I'm saying, it's just gossip to me. And I don't put anything past anybody on the left. There is no like there is no level they won't stoop to in order to get their man.
Yeah, Terry Clifford made a great point. He said gay men are like women. That's a good point. A lot of these LGBT people, they be lying on people saying that they fucked them and they never did. Remember the Sydney Star and Chingy situation? That was a real thing. Somebody just linked this video in the chat of, I guess, some guy who is pro Jessee Lee Peterson, a friend of Jessee Lee Peterson, analyzing the situation. If you guys want to go watch that, it is it says Jessee Lee Peterson Manosphere hit piece analyzed. I don't know if he's gonna go through with it, but let's listen to a little bit of what he got to say and see what he's talking about.
Fall under it very, very nicely. It'd probably be the image for that particular colloquial term among millennial internet usage. This is a hit piece against Jessee Lee Peterson. We're going to get right into it. There are multiple links in the description. By the way, one will be pinned. That is specific. Well, I'll just pin them all. Never mind. To the video, actually. Okay. To Milo in this video as well. First, though, I wanted to get to some of these tweets. This is by Manosphere, President Anthony Dream Johnson. Now, of course, anytime you're talking about the Manosphere, if you're talking about sexual proclivities, I hate to tell you this, dude, but a lot of us consider it to be sus to begin with. But we'll go past that for the moment and just read what you had to say. Links in the description. These two are archived. This is the first. Breaking. Former 21 Convention speaker. 21 Convention is a Manosphere sort of thing. Male empowerment, which is good. MRA, which can be good. Litigation reform and so forth. Again, it can also be a little bit sus. And self-proclaimed Christian pastor Jessee Lee Peterson, JLP talk, has been credibly exposed. You're making a declarative legal term, by the way, there. You might want to rephrase that. As a homosexual super predator by a Catholic organization in Michigan. 21 Studios is officially severing all ties with JLP effective immediately. Now, I confronted on this, and I said I wanted more evidence. And the image that I got back was effectively telling me that I was white knighting. Apparently, to these triggered special snowflakes, you're not allowed to declare that you want any evidence for a claim or you're simping for somebody. That'll get us right into the next tweet, which is very preemptive and very, very well made. I will give you credit for this, my man. Couldn't have done it better myself. When exposing a cult leader and predator, there will always be an avalanche of codependent simping from the broken men who have been conditioned to circle the wagons. Try to have mercy because I have none to offer. Again, if you proclaim that you would like more evidence than the video clip you're alluding to shows, which is really not evidence at all, and we'll get into that, you are a simp. You're simping for Jessee Lee Peterson. To be clear, I've gone on his show. I've had conversations with him, brief, but I've had them. He never said anything suspect to me. I guess I'm not his type, right? Manosphere President Anthony Dream Johnson, by the way, kind of an obtuse username. Hell, you think Stick Sex and Hammer 666 is long. By the way, I will say right off the bat, I do understand the fact that the TradCon side of the Manosphere will probably dogpile me and this video based on me analyzing this at all. Jessee Lee Peterson has the defense of a Satanist. Of course, this is proof that he is oogling young men. I do not care about his orientation. to be clear.
So Buddy is a Satanist.
No, he's a former Satanist.
Former Satanist. Okay. Oh wow, this is wild.
Maybe he's
I'm
gay.
familiar with this cat too. Sticks and him, and he's a pretty smart dude.
He real? He legit? I mean, he got
It doesn't seem like he has anything, any skin in the game with anybody. Like, I think he's just, when he makes this video, I think he's just more or less being objective.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, that's real. We have not gotten any evidence.
And that's a red flag too, man. If they don't want no evidence, man, that's a red flag.
Yeah, it's a red flag.
Maybe he screws roadkill. I literally don't care about these things. What I do care about is one thing. This is the only reason that I'm making this response. I care about the fucking goddamn horseshit that has become the hashtag #MeToo debacle. I care about the fact that content creators are continuously bombarded by claims against them, which even when not proven to be true, are proclaimed to be true. They are endlessly trotted out. They are recycled out of context, and people have their entire careers hazarded.
And that is true. We talked about the Me Too situation. We just said that it's usually women use the Me Too as a weapon, but it can be weaponized by men as well.
By bullshit like this. If you have proof that Jessee Lee Peterson stuffs his rock hard cock in other men, please provide it, because the clip that you're alluding to doesn't actually show that. You claim that it's objectively true. He's been exposed. He's gay and he pervs on various young men. I would note that at one point within this particular clip, which is really what it is, it's not much of a documentary being 24 minutes long. Again, we'll get into the content and you should definitely watch it. Clank on, everybody. Watch it. I would notice this. At one point in this particular expose, it is claimed that a person who still works with Jessee Lee Peterson and has defended him vigorously against claims against him, up to and including to, I believe now, that he was wrapped up like a burrito, explicitly stated here, wrapped up like a burrito in bed, and another dude witnessed this, and Jessee Lee Peterson was kissing him on the head and giggling.
He did say that.
Okay, that could be suspect behavior, but it's not exactly fucking a man in the ass.
Okay. I'm gonna stop him right there. There's no way I'm kissing another man on the fucking forehead unless that's my son. Like, there's no way.
I feel you.
We don't know that it actually happened because the person making the claim appears to be disgruntled by Jessee Lee Peterson. Enter several other individuals, the first one of which is the only one that actually figures heavily within this documentary expose. Again, I use those terms loosely. I have a lot of claims to deal with here. I have a claim Jessee Lee Peterson said weird shit to me. Jessee Lee Peterson hugged men maybe a little bit too much. He kissed him on the cheek. At one point, one of these individuals is visibly disgusted at the fact that Jessee Lee Peterson allegedly kissed another man on the cheek. A fairly familial gesture that happens literally all the time. You should, by the way, never visit the Netherlands if you consider this to be problematic.
I don't give a fuck where I'm at. Ain't no other man kissing me on the cheek. I'm going to tell you that much right now.
Lots of claims. Where's the evidence? The first 3 minutes of this goddamn clip, which is really what it is, don't even talk about the allegations against Jessee Lee Peterson. It's a run-up to a hit piece that has to deal only with his religious beliefs. And that's what I think that we're dealing with here. Here we get 3 minutes of prep work in this, again, link in the description. Go ahead and fucking watch it for yourself. I'll pin it as well on YouTube if you're watching it there. We get 3 minutes of his religious beliefs are out of line with reality, out of line with whatever religious orthodoxy you happen to have in mind. Orthodox Catholicism, some sort of Reformed faith, maybe the absolute Orthodox, maybe you're Mormon or something. But regardless, Jessee Lee Peterson is biblically and canonically unacceptable. So therefore, obviously, because he doesn't believe the way we do, he is also a pervert, he's a groomer, and very problematic in every other possible way. Where have I goddamn heard this sort of horseshit before? Then we have another fucking problem. We have the adjacency of Milo Yiannopoulos. Milo is the biggest conversion sham since Rouge. I think I would grade them as being similar. It's sort of like comparing Fukushima to Chernobyl. They're both major disasters. One killed more people. The other one has a larger exclusion zone. Pick your poison. It'll be uranium in one form or another. Get some polonium up in you. Go and meet with Putin. Milo Yiannopoulos says that Jessee Lee Peterson is absolutely gay. Why the fuck do I care about what Milo Yiannopoulos says? Again, the only consideration that I can make of any other content creator who's had such a massive turnaround was Rouge, were conveniently right around the time that all of his very profitable works were banned off of Amazon. All of a sudden, he found the light of Jesus. When he was no longer making any money doing the pickup artist thing, all of a sudden, he grew his beard out longer, went on a sabbatical, and started rambling about religion. It's almost like talentless people have a tendency to do that when it's the last thing that they can do. There's nothing else they can do in their life. So it used to be you became a monk. Now you become a YouTuber who talks about religion. I think it's more lucrative than being a monk, although brewing beer is, of course, a good thing. It's very funny. It's sort of like why Joyce Meyer still has the...
Okay, he's kind of rambling, but yeah, we get his point.
Yeah, all he did was speculate on a speculative documentary. He didn't really say nothing.
Yeah.
Well, basically, the burden of proof is not on him. It's on the documentary. That's basically
He's
what
just
he's saying.
provide some proof. That's
He's just saying show the receipts, man.
Show the receipts.
Show the receipts, man.
Yeah.
Also, fellas, I'm assuming we all straight here. You know, we might be a little biased. We might be a little biased about coming forward about telling stories about that also, because I think dudes that are gay, they don't care.
Well,
So,
I mean, that's why this situation is on him, man, because this is not an easy situation to deal with.
Bro, it never is, man.
Somebody throw them kind of accusations out there about you like that in the water, man. You know, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I ain't got no stake in it. You know, I don't know whether he is or isn't. My position is show the receipts and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, we need receipts. We need
They
receipts.
said
All of this
they said
is
there was
alleged.
going to be a part 2. They said they were going to have a part 2.
I don't know.
Because this one just threw a whole bunch of allegations and stuff, and they should have been like, well, here comes the evidence, because now they just got people talking, you know. And I ain't gonna lie, Jessee is the type of guy that says that he doesn't like to get angry, so he might just also not give a shit. Because think about it, if you're not gay, why the hell should you care? Let them say whatever the fuck they want. You know, like I'm gonna just move on, continue with my show, and who gives a flying fuck? I'm not gay. Shit, say gay all you want, you know?
Yeah.
That's why like this thing is probably, I don't know, I think it's more bullshit, because that guy too, if you notice in the older ones, he seemed kind of younger and not like a dope fiend. Right now he looked like a crackhead, you know? Like if you see him right now in the documentary, he looked like he doped out. So he might have, you know.
Yeah, that old head, he did look like he was doped out.
The one
the
that
dude, with the dent in his head or something?
Yeah, with the dent in his head. He looked like
the guy that
he looked like he's shooting crack through the hole in his head.
Gen Z was like, yo, he still got that dent in his fucking head, yo.
On the real, if Jessee really got the right people around, and he might go after these boys for slander.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, 21 Studios said they willing to go to court over this shit, so they must have some type of proof.
Well, they better have.
Yo, it could be clout chasing.
Yeah,
you know, people do whatever for clout.
Yeah. So if Jessee Lee Peterson was to take this legal and file a defamation suit or whatnot, you know,
he ain't got Johnny Depp money. This is pointless. If you ain't got Johnny Depp money, it's pointless. You ain't gonna get Camila Vasquez to come represent you, you know.
Yeah.
So
I guess it all depends on what this story turns into, man. If it remains a sort of a blimp on the radar, he might not pay attention to it. But
This
if
is what
it
I'll
pick up
say.
steam,
yeah, if this is all that they have, the video, then I'm gonna have to call cap. Unless they gonna have to send a picture of him kissing a nigga on the cheek. Even if he kiss a nigga on the cheek who's not his family, I'll believe it. I'll be like, oh
we don't need no butt sex and nothing like that, man. Just show us something in the vicinity of what you're talking about.
Like when I see the Birdman and Lil Wayne situation, I'm like, yeah, okay, you know what I'm saying? I know what the fuck's going down. A lot of drugs involved, a lot of partying, a lot of alcohol. You know what happens. But I mean, wow, this is different. This is different. I'm curious to see what else is going to come out. Hopefully it's not true. All of this is alleged. None of this has been substantiated. You know, shit. I'm kind of lost at words, guys. So, anybody got any last words before we end the stream? I appreciate everybody coming on as well.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on, man. But I just say, hey, man, let's just all be fair, man, and go where the facts take us.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
and leave it at that, man. I appreciate you having me on, man.
all I want to say is, man, keep up the good work. I'll be watching your stuff. I got your notifications on all the time. I'll be watching you at work. You in the East Coast, so you'll be up. I'll be watching your shit early.
Hell
but
yeah.
Keep doing it, man. I appreciate it. Whenever I got some money, I'll super trap. You know,
hey,
I got
appreciate
4 kids and a wife, so it's hard right now.
Oh yeah, you are. Hey, take care of family first. You already know.
Yeah,
Gen Z
appreciate it,
fam
man.
gonna be
Thank you.
fine. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
All right.
All right, peace, peps. Well, have y'all seen that? We had our residential burrito up in the building. You know what I mean? He said it's cap. He said he ain't fucking with these sus ass niggas calling out JLP. So What you got to say about it, Performer?
Yo, honestly, man, I just felt like this was a long time coming, especially after he said that BLM was founded by a bunch of fat black lesbians.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So and after that, bro, it's over. And he was criticizing the slut walk. You know what I mean? He came out hard against everything. Everything progressive, he has been coming out hard against. So they have a reason to smear him. But is it true or not? I don't know, man. We're gonna have to see. I'm gonna tune into the live stream tomorrow to see if he says anything. I doubt it.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll be looking forward. You know, if the part 2 comes out, you know, I'll be on the Gen Z channel.
Hell yeah!
You know,
Hey,
checking it out.
If something comes out, we'll follow up with it.
Yeah, man, without a doubt, bro. Yeah, man. So, I'm about to get out here, man. But much love to everybody that was on the panel.
All right, peace, brother. Peace, brother. Appreciate you joining the stream.
Yeah, man. I try to catch them when I can, man. You know, I'm busy out here.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.
Gen Z, tell me why my damn cousin called me in the middle of your stream. My
damn
13-year-old cousin to tell me that he just got out of jail.
Damn,
I was just, it was something about the fact that I was watching your channel and I was just like, I couldn't even like focus. I'm like, what? He's just like, yeah. On the Kia boy, like some Kia, straight up Kia boy shit. You know
no,
I'm like,
tell that nigga to go to school, get a job at McDonald's or some shit.
And bro, this is what I want to reiterate to a lot of people, because you could tell this is how I be knowing these politicians be like straight up racist, and that well, not racist, but that I can tell like their disconnection from like black people, because a lot of times they make it seem like whoever do it, they being like, you know, institutionalized racism, they ain't have none, they just had to do it. Bro, if you know anything about Chicago, like he lives in a very affluent neighborhood, like super affluent, like basically like, you know, all the Caucasian people live there, you know,
right?
So you just know it's, you know, I'm like just smooth, you know, 2-parent household type, you know what I'm saying, just no reason to be doing none of this, but the gang culture is so attractive, bro. Like I don't know what it is, bro, but you know.
Yeah, man, it's everybody want to be a rapper and have a story to tell.
I'm like, bro, and I'm just listening to him. I'm like, you just always, especially stuff like this, you want to hear like why, like, cause you know the pathology of like stealing something. Like if you know you wouldn't do that, you really would want to see like what somebody would do that was thinking.
Right.
And it's all this not even a first cousin to go down like a Kia boy type stuff.
Damn.
It's like the second one in like a month.
So does he
opposite sides of the country, bro?
Does he come from a broken home or he got both parents?
Nope. Both parents, affluent neighborhood, bro. Just not even no reason. Just want to be a gangster.
Damn shame. Well, hey, do you got something on the JLP situation? What you think?
I gotta look at JLP stuff more before I make a you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in the archives and see what he's talking about, see if I can catch anything. But you know, from what I've seen so far, besides his documentary, I didn't really have that notion. I always thought he was kind of odd, but and maybe a little slow, but I didn't think that he was gay. But what they're saying, you know, it's tough. It's tough. But like we said, there's no evidence yet. So, hey. So any last thoughts, Cootie? Pause.
That's it. I appreciate the stream, man. I'm forgetting I'll be on your on Thursday.
Hell yeah. Hey, appreciate that, my guy. You always come in with some good insight. Hey, shout out to your 13-year-old cousin, though. Tell that nigga to get a job. So you already know what it is. That is the end of the stream right here, guys. I do want to cover something. Guys, you can always get the merch in the description box below. It's the last link in the description box. Your merch will come straight to you. We got different color Black Gen Z Mindset, a.k.a. BGZM New 17 t-shirt, excuse me. So I definitely want to push that. Make sure you guys are out there grabbing the BGZM News 17 t-shirts if you support the channel. I want to see hella people walking out in public with the BGZM News 17 t-shirts, so everybody knows that you are aware of these super gremlins on Demon Time. Okay, so like I said, we don't have any proof. All of this is alleged. It's looking ugly, but if he was fucking this nigga for 10 years, he's got to have some more proof than that. Okay. And that's all I'll say. So anyways, you already know what it is, man. It's a Black Gen Z mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. We are going to leave it to Jenquavius to take us away.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Medgar Evers, and it's a very tranquil scene compared to just a couple hours ago where a drive-by shooting just took place. Excuse me, I'm getting live updates as we speak. I've just been updated to the amount of casualties from this drive-by shooting, and I'm getting reports that 2 people were actually declared deceased and 27 others were shot and injured but are in stable condition. And although we must pray for the families of the fallen, we must also praise God for the aim of the super gremlin. If you want to know more about the victims of this crime, make sure you add BGZM News 17 on Patreon at www.patreon.com/BlackGenZMindset. Also, don't forget to like the video, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and comment on the video to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this gun violence in the streets. For more hard-hitting news coverage from the community, by the community, I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
And cut.
All right, dogs. Let's get the out of here before these niggas come back.
Whoa. Yo. Ain't that nigga J?
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me.
He just went live
That
with
ain't
that
me.
funky ass suit on.
That's that nigga. That's not me.
Hey, get that nigga.
Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia. Pray for me.
I am a nurse.
A nurse?
Yes.
Beta! Ramar, are you the head of your wife?
I like to think that we're equal.
Are you the head? Beta!
I am no. I'm an alpha.
Not if you think you and your wife are equal. Beta!
Oh, because I tell you why.
Beta!
And my stepmom thought I was getting an attitude, and she got really mad that I said that to her. And so not even like 2 minutes later, my dad called me.
Beta!
I told my dad.
Oh, poor daddy feeling hurt.
Poor.
Beta!
Did you think I'm a beta? Did you think I'm a beta? Did you think I'm a beta?
Manhood hour!
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
So it is what it is.